Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Once Upon a Witchlight. As always, we would absolutely love it if you would like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check the bell so you never miss an episode. And of course, while you're doing that, I'm going to read some comments from the last episode of Once Upon a Witchlight. Quote number 1. I love how they're trying to have a serious moment, and all they can think about is saying the silliest things. Sometimes, I think they do it on purpose. They're catching on to us.
Oh no.
Number 2, would anyone else pay to see Andy reenact all of Jurassic Park? I'm going to work on that. Number 3, the Kremperor's New Groove. I like that one. And then number 4, great content. I love you guys. Very genuine people. Thank you so much for the kind
That's like
comments.
the nicest compliment.
So, leave a comment below, and maybe next time your comment will be picked. In the meantime, make sure you check out our merch shop, our Patreon, and become a VIP over at thecrookedmoon.com today to support our very first Kickstarter ever. Thank you.
Roll that beautiful beam footage, Rich.
Hey!
Hey!
How you been?
I've sure been swell, Andy.
It's been a bit. What have you been up to?
Oh, well, I'm so glad you asked. I promised that I'd start working on myself to my third ex-wife, but it turns out I'm just hooked on this new game, Dragonair, Styling Gods. And you get to go through a magical adventure with a full party of magical creatures like the Note Pope, Fire Puncher, and Kirsten Dunst from Interview with the Vampire.
Wow. I'm a huge fan of tabletop RPGs, so it sounds like I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, you will, especially if you're a giant nerd, but you've got that covered.
I heard that you get to explore the open world of Adenthia with a character that you created while rolling dice and dungeon diving. Is that true?
Yeah, that's exactly right. My first wife was actually named Adenthia. I became a broken wizard. She's never coming back.
I, personally, can't wait to immerse myself in the rich story the Dragonair offers that's full of love and revenge, and most importantly, puzzles and adventure and all sorts of action-packed dice-rolling fun.
That sounds like my buddy Doug, who ended up being the topic of a true crime podcast.
Gary, I'm not sure you're supposed to be talking about that.
Oh no, really?
Do you have an attorney?
Of course, I represent myself.
Oh, Gary.
I'm pretty sure what they say is, if you represent yourself, you're as wise as an elf.
Oh.
Speaking of which, there are elves. Speaking of which, elves are just one of the many fantasy races that are in Dragonair.
I'm not even sure if that's true.
It is. I played the game.
Anyway, the game just globally launched, and you can find it on mobile platforms like iOS and Android. But most importantly, it's had a huge PC release that you can find on the Epic Game Store, Mac platforms, and soon it's coming to Steam.
Oh, that's awesome, because I just built a custom rig with water cooling. It's pretty awesome.
Wait a minute, Gary. I'm not sure that water and electronics mix.
Oh, really? I just dumped a bucket of water on my PC. Is that not how it works?
Oh, Gary.
Well, good thing I have a backup so I can play Dragonair. Globally launched now.
Anyway, I would really appreciate it if you'd help out my good friend Gary Goodberry here by clicking the link below and downloading the game for yourself. And if you do so now, you can get some extra special gifts by using code
Dragon, MA.
That's right. So don't forget, click on the link in the description and use code
Dragon, MA.
to download Dragonair today. Anyway, bye.
you have found yourselves traveling through a fairy circle to what you had assumed was Nekben. The sand stretched out for miles around you. The deserts were... The sun was hot. The trek through the sands was difficult. You expected to find at least something or someone that was familiar to you, as this was the material plane. But after a few hours of traveling through this dangerous landscape, you encountered something you weren't expecting. A temple, an Ekbeshan temple of sorts, and after the battle with the temple guardian, you came face to face with the effigy of a swan goose and a strange stela. I gotta turn this music down. It's just...
The swan goose was very frightening.
I was very frightened.
A swan goose.
I feel like we're on Weathertop, folks. I'm going to get stabbed by a Morgul blade.
No, you're not. You...
Threaten me with a good time.
Reading the stela at the base of the swan goose, you begin to realize this place is not at all what it seemed. Though the imagery and the temple itself is built in the style of Nekben, there is an offness to it. There is something different about this. You begin to notice that in the carvings there are imagery of the hourglass and of roses. And as you accomplish the riddle and make your way through the entrance to this temple, you are confronted with the imagery of animal-headed knights. And progressing through this temple, you find yourself meeting more riddles and beginning to learn and see the backstories of the three hags that you know to inhabit Prismere. Endlin Moongrave, Scabatha, Granny Nightshade, and Bevlorna Blightstraw. Coming to realize their past and what led them to a singular hut in the middle of a swamp, and how they were turned from woman to hag. Their hag origin story, as it were. You now know who these women are, the evils in their past lives, what led them to the place that they have come to now in Prismere. And as you continue to travel through this place, you realize that though you've learned these things about these hags, there is definitely something far older that this temple is attributed to. Something that you don't quite understand yet. Constantly confronted with the imagery of the blue rose. And it is here, as you stand in what appears to be the final courtyard of this Nekbeshan temple, that you see you're surrounded by an oasis. A beautiful, verdant garden blooming with red roses. And at the very end, in an arched doorway, is a door, but one that looks succinctly out of place. It looks more like the sort of door that you would see leading into a castle. The stone very similar to castles that you've seen in your travels. Definitely not the limestone blocks that you can attribute to Nekben or the deserts. And yet this beautiful garden blooms here in the sands. And in the very center, you notice something that stands out from all of the blue roses and all of the verdant green. A very large fountain. The water inside of it is cool, blue, and crystalline. But that's not what catches your attention. It is the horrible effigy of a creature you have all seen before that looms over the water. The figure of the Jabberwock. Its wings outspread, its neck bent down, as it looks almost poised to attack the singular thing that sits in the very center of this fountain. Out of the very middle, the large stone, you see a stone depiction of a sword. a sword that is encircled by thorns and topped on the hilt with a singular rose. Not blue like every other rose that you see here, but completely colorless. And as you look at this fountain, you notice that there are, climbing up the sides of this Jabberwock fountain, on one side you see beautiful blue roses. And then the other side catches your attention as you see the only other color, red. Beautiful red roses that climb up the other side, almost as if they're competing. Almost as if they're battling each other, as their thorned vines twine together and try to overtake this beautiful fountain. And at the very front, a large plaque with some sort of writing. And that's what you see as you enter this place.
So it's a stone statue of the Jabberwock.
It's a stone statue of a Jabberwock.
Oh my God.
That scared the shit out of me.
That's it! It's the Elven Beast of Viridian Scale. Not in front of us, fellas.
Wait, that's what you saw?
That's what I saw.
When you were flying up in the sky, that's what you saw across the way?
I was. How the fuck did it get here?
To be clear, this is a statue, not real, Cremmy.
I mean, it looks like a statue, but maybe it's some kind of trick. Wait, with my second sight, do I see anything weird with my sight beyond sight?
It looks like a statue.
No, you're right. It looks like a statue. Why is it here, though? I mean, is there some kind of fucking connection? I don't get it.
Also, I feel like we need to unpack everything we just saw in those echoes past.
There's so much information my mind is whirring around. It's boggling. The meaning of the statues with the animal heads, the nature of the riddles, why this is here, the fact that we went through a fairy circle and its connection to the Feywild, what we saw there in the form of a Jabberwocky and why it's now represented here in this strange garden. So many mysteries. I thought we had our share of mysteries, and yet it was an order of magnitude too small.
Why are you calling it that, Frost?
What?
Jabberwocky.
Oh. Do we not know that?
You're trying to make it like a cute thing? It's a Jabberwock.
I think that Richie is pointing out the common misconception. The Jabberwocky is the name of the poem. The creature itself is the Jabberwock. You know why?
No, it just sounded really natural to say Jabberwocky.
Oh, it does sound very cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
hello,
like a
little
cute
Jabberwocky. Come here, coochie, coochie, coo.
It's like Kleenex and facial tissue.
Yeah. Or Band-Aid. And adhesive bandage. Kind of. Anyways, I would like to say that my mind is similarly boggled, but this is far more information than I usually am able to process in a month, much less in several hours, especially after baking alive in the desert and being poisoned by a snake and being dragged down to a spooky voodoo swamp.
Yeah.
Dormek agrees.
Yeah, it's been a rough, it's been...
I mean, so what? I mean, why are we seeing all this? I mean, who's showing us all of this? Is the door still there on the other side?
This is a very large courtyard. It is a temple oasis courtyard. It is 2, maybe even 3 times larger than the courtyards you'd been in previously, and it is all verdant. There is lush grass at your feet. It feels. In the other courtyards, it felt like it was 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and here it feels like it's a nice 65. There is a breeze. It is beautiful, and at the very end, you notice that the final, the backstone wall is made out of what almost looks like marble, and it is very clearly not the same stone that the rest of the temple is made out of.
Maybe someone knows we have business with all of those people, and they're trying to help us out. Also, Dormek feels really bad about eating all those cookies now.
I would ask, why would you assume that we're being shown something?
That's a good question.
We just came here. We're intruding.
But, I mean, don't you think that's a weird fucking coincidence that, like... I mean, I guess anyone that walks through Prismia would have the same fucking experience. Maybe that's true.
I suppose it's possible that we were somehow intercepted and brought here, and that there's an intent and a meaning to all of this. It wouldn't be impossible.
Well, it wouldn't be weird to walk through a place like this and have something happen, but it's pretty fucking strange we walk through here and it's all to do with the hags and it's all about how they got to be the way they are. I mean, it definitely feels like that's for us.
I don't think it's personal. It doesn't seem like it's for us. We're adjacent to the Feywild. There's nothing fatey about this in my mind. It's just like wandering into someone's house and reading their library. Of course, you'd find books that you might make connections with or draw some assumptions about.
Does this remind me at all of the glade or whatever that I saw the visions of when I had the unicorn horn?
Oh. Great fun
I'm trying
question.
to remember.
That's a
Is that the
good
one where
question,
you...
Mega Man.
No, that's the one where you saw the unicorn.
Yeah, I basically
No.
was looking through
This
someone's
is
eyes.
very clearly not
Okay.
in any way similar.
Well, I mean, if it's just a statue, and then wait, where's the sword? Is it just sitting on its own?
No, so it is part of the fountain. So
Okay.
there's this gigantic fountain in the center, and it has the stone image of the Jabberwock as if it is like over this sword in the stone, almost menacingly, like it is like they are in battle with each other. And the sword is in the very center, coming out of a stone. Wow, clever! A sword in a stone. Novel idea. The sword itself. The sword itself is also stone. It is a depiction because it is all part of the same fountain. But it is quite a large sword with the tendrils of thorny rose vines wrapped around it, and then the head of it comes to the end of the hilt, which is the shape of a rose. And it is oddly devoid of color.
So what do you think, fellas? I mean, should we just pass this and go to the next door? Are we supposed to, like, I don't know, is there something in the fountain that we have to do? Or
Is
say,
that,
or...
is that the knot equivalent?
Everything so far has had one of them plaques that breaks it down for us, and it looks like this one's got one of the same. Maybe.
I agree. I imagine there may be an additional riddle, perhaps some challenge or test that we have to pass in order to progress. That was the case in the previous areas.
Well, if we have to tell another story, I guess Torbeck can talk about his irritable bowel syndrome and how Torbeck overcame it, but not really.
It has to be relevant to whatever the riddle is. The plaque itself should give us some indication, but unlike some of the others, this is written in a language I don't read.
Well, it's nothing to say it couldn't be a story about mild to moderate inconveniences, and then, just be ready.
Torbeck is unfortunately always ready.
Do you just want to talk about it? I feel like you keep bringing up your irritable bowel syndrome.
Torbeck is trying to stop eating rubber hosing, but it really looks like licorice.
Well, it's either that or it's the 27 hag cookies you ate. It's hard to tell with what's in there.
Oh, that's a good point.
What if you're growing a bunch of like little fuckers inside of your gut now? Because you ate all those cookies like Pavlona did. What if they're like growing like polyps inside of your colon?
Gringo, stop! You're scaring Torbeck. Gringo, stop!
What if a bunch of tiny little fucker Torbecks start sprouting out of you?
No, Gringo, stop! Oh God, Torbeck can feel the cookies coming back up.
Is it the crawfish too?
Can we just stop? Everybody just fucking calm down, all right? Look, you're gonna be fine. Just next time, don't eat like 38,000 feathers. You understand?
But it was all so
It
good.
doesn't matter how good it is. Oh, how about when you take one little nibble, you realize it's not licorice? Stop. You don't have to fucking keep eating it.
Have you ever had licorice?
Now that you mention it, Torbeck's not sure.
We're gonna get you some licorice so you can make the distinction moving forward.
It tastes much worse than a rubber hose. I'm sorry to say.
You'll never mistake the two again.
Yeah.
Can't say I agree with that, but
Yeah, I forgot you do like licorice.
yeah, it's very flavorful and not particularly rubber hose like. So I can understand why you've been making this terrible mistake.
Oh, happy Samhain's confection or deception. Oh, yippee! I've enjoyed some black licorice. My favorite house to go to is old lady Num Nums with her black licorice and apple slices.
I also enjoy the house where they hand out the full-size candy bars.
No, I imagine
Really?
Frost goes to the houses where they give like those mini toothbrushes and,
Yeah.
And Cracker Jacks.
And
Pocket-sized rulers.
or like pennies. The houses that give out pennies. Like that's
There's
totally
a small
Frost.
riddle inside.
We're
Logic.
never
Brain teaser, yeah.
Sleep is the death of reason, or the sleep of reason is the arrival of demons. Yes, of course.
Hootsie, next Samhain we are going to follow my route for confection or deception instead of Frosty's route. No more toothbrushes.
Anyway, can somebody read the fucking thing? That was sort of Frost. Go on.
Frosty.
I've attempted to read similar plaques that were written in the same language and come away with very little.
You've read them all, and you've been able to read them all.
Yeah.
So far.
As you've looked at them, they're very clear in a language you don't understand.
Yeah.
But as you look at them much longer, the words form on them.
It like shifts
And
into common.
Yeah, it comes into your brain space.
When we were in the circle, though, I
The
wasn't able.
circle?
The circle of stones when we initially arrived. In
Yeah,
the,
no, you couldn't read those.
I couldn't read those.
No.
So this is not that same language. Is
No,
what I'm
this is
asking.
the same. It's similar
knights.
to the knights and to the swan goose.
I will endeavor to read it.
Roll intelligence check.
Seems strategic. Pick the guy with +5 in.
I might need to.
I swear this never happens.
This is gonna take a little longer. It's much more complex.
Let me get my glasses.
This is very difficult to understand. The letters are just.
Actually,
They're constantly moving.
I will reach into my pack as I'm struggling, and I will pull out a pair of spectacles that I have gotten on my journey, and I will. Oh yes. With a 21,
Nice.
I will stare close and hope that the words dissolve into meaning.
They do begin to move all over the place, almost as if they're running, chasing each other, forming new lines and new squiggles and new forms until eventually they land in a rough approximation of a language that you understand. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the judge of bird and shun, the fumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the mansome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head, he went galumphing back.
Do you read this out loud to us?
I initially process the entire message before I start to read it, and you'll hear under my breath, it is Jabberwock. This must be what Gricko feels like all the time.
Once
Fucking told you so.
once you finish reading the message, Torbeck will lean over to Mr. Premi and say, Gideon chooses not to read. Torbeck can't read. We are not the same.
All right, buckle in, everyone. This is a long one. It is complex, and some of these words may sound made up. And I repeat the messages to the best of my ability.
I will say with a 21, you were able to just read it back out loud, word for word.
What do half those words mean?
Well, something about a tum-tum tree, so maybe it does want to actually hear about your IBS.
Tormek can save the day.
There's a tree in the corner of the oasis that just has tums all over it.
Thank goodness.
Face opens up, Tom.
A walking Pepto-Bismol bottle. Achy stomach, diarrhea. Yeah, no, the
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion.
Upset stomach.
Wait, wasn't that the thing? What did the little Campestri folks, weren't they saying something similar to that?
Oh.
They were singing about a Jabberwock too when you was like, oh, it's the Viridian scale.
Oh yeah, they were singing nonsense too.
Oh, it was all...
I
Oh!
could pull them out, but they
My
have
nose
been
is
quite
bleeding.
tired.
Why?
I don't want to read that again. I don't want to hear that again.
What?
I think my brain might be melting. I think goblin brains can't process this. I think we're fucked.
It's possible that I am not interpreting the text. These may be real words that we would understand in some alternative form in common, but there's something about these spectacles. They really make things feel very clear when I stare at this.
So what does it mean besides nonsense?
Well, I think it's saying that this thing can be killed, or that somebody's killed one of these things before. They chopped its head off with the, did it say vorpal sword?
It did.
There's more than one?
Oh, I mean, I'm guessing that this, I mean, maybe this is one mythical beast, but if it's just a fucking, you know, critter in the woods, just a really big one, I'm guessing there's more than one.
I can read it to you again if you'd like to.
That'd be nice. Frost, please.
It won't help.
One moment. Grab a NyQuil and do it.
No, it's gonna put you right to sleep. No.
Some Mucinex.
the weeping NyQuil.
Yeah. And I say,
Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub bird and shun, the fumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the mansome foe he sought, so rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back.
He chopped the damn thing's head off.
I just can't believe in this entire thing. At no point in time. I mean, they said he went galumphing back, and it seems like a missed opportunity to say he walked away. You know what I mean? Like he cut his whole freaking head off. I mean, who's writing this thing?
it's possible
It
that
was
in the
right
original.
there.
Yeah, that's how it sounds in common, but in the original language, that play on words may not make any sense.
Yeah, Tormek was sure galumphing is something else.
Yeah, no, I mean, he probably saw the dead Jabberwock and said, and he did a 360 and walked away.
Yeah, Jabber walked away.
Oh, by the way, Frosty, you read real nice.
Oh, thank you.
You have a very nice reading voice.
I feel vindicated that Snicker snacks are real. That's something I mentioned 21 episodes ago or so, and
When?
when I mentioned Snicker bars, you don't recall? Like
Oh.
half a year ago?
on our trip to almost Hershey Park.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys have all the fun without Tormek.
You missed the Hershey Park caper?
He doesn't even know what that is.
Oh, it was a lot of
fixing
fun.
They have chocolate bars that are a whole pound.
We're tearing this world apart.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Oh, it's a Snicker.
Well,
Is it possible? Go ahead.
I don't know what to do.
I was going to ask if this is the sword. Could it perhaps be the vorpal sword that fell the Jabberwock at some point in the past?
Well, I mean, it looks like it's made of stone and connected to this other stone, so it'd be kind of weird. But I mean, I guess there's nothing to say it can't be a sword made of stone, in a stone.
I don't know how a sword can snicker snack either. Perhaps it can transform into whatever vorpal material is.
Oh, Frosty, I think So Gideon, you're right. I really don't think you could pull that sword out of the stone anyway.
Whoa!
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Nobody said. I didn't say that. What do you mean? I can pull that sword out of that stone.
You just said that.
It's not even a little bit lodged in there. I can go pull it.
If you don't feel like,
no, I'm not holding
if
back.
you don't feel like you can do it, you don't have to.
No, I can do it. No, everybody look at me. Everybody watch right now. I try as hard as I can to rip the sword out of the stone.
You need to wait a moment. I want to show you something.
I'm
but
just
I also
giving
don't-
you a heads up.
I don't want spoilers, and I don't know what to do.
Whatever we get
Paper to
to.
cover it? Like,
I could just rip the page out of the
no,
book.
no, don't have to freaking
That seems
do
a
it.
little
It was a joke. It was a joke. Give me 1 secundo.
Should we take a quick break?
I am Secundo. Bring me the Hexator armament.
We literally just
citizens.
started, so the answer to that is no.
Okay.
Halt.
I just
Bring
need
me
to
the
find
Hexator
this.
armament.
Attention all planets of the Solar Federation.
Secundo is his name.
Kill all
Secundis
humans.
nuts.
I can't wait for the Spanish translation where we hire voice actors to do all of our characters in Spanish for all of Icebound.
I can't
That's going to
believe
be
you blew that just on a
fantastic.
random Witchlight. I mean, like literally half of our YouTube comments on YouTube.
No,
are
I
Icebound.
made a deliberate choice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it nonstop. I will
That's
never
what it
say
looks
it.
like.
Oh,
But it's all stone.
It's like
But it's
fucking
all
Marius.
stone. It is. I was thinking. It is all stone, and everything but the rose looks to be stone. The rose itself seems even more devoid of color than the stone itself. It's almost as if the stone doesn't have color where the rose is.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa. Anyway, felt it was important that you see what it looked like.
Well, he's going for it.
Okay.
Be
and
very
so
careful. That looks like a very delicate
While I
tilt.
was so desperately trying to figure out how to show you this without spoiler images, what are you doing?
Gideon's trying to vandalize private property.
We all
That's
dare
never
Gideon.
been a problem for you before, all right? Not even one time have you brought up a concern about that.
When it's private property of a horrible eldritch hag, then it becomes a fucking
That's
problem.
never been proven. That
All right.
remains to be seen.
Well, do your thing.
I'm already doing my
I
thing.
know.
My hands are on it.
We're gonna talk about this afterwards. Is all I'm gonna say.
So what are you doing?
My hands are under the. Well, is the blade lodged in the stone, or is the blade pointed
The
at the
blade is lodged
Jabberwock?
in the stone. It's very sort
I'm
of the stone.
using
ends.
all of my.
And there is water in the fountain. It's fairly shallow, but it's beautiful and crystalline.
Yeah, wherever I gotta
But it
stand,
doesn't seem like it's pouring.
whatever I gotta enter, whatever.
Are you drinking the water out of the
Oh,
fountain?
did we start this conversation?
It's incredibly refreshing.
It's the first thing that they did.
Water.
Once I realize that that Gideon's trying to pull the sword out, I'll stop at the water, like running all over. Continue.
You do have to step up onto the fountain a little bit. You step up onto the edge, and then you step over onto the stone itself, and you plant your feet on either side as you grasp the hilt, and you bear down with all of your strength to pull this sword from the stone. I will say you do feel twist it a little and see that it is not part of the stone itself. It could potentially be removed. Whether you have the strength to do it is hard to tell. So I need you to make a strength check for me, please.
I'll be using Mage Hand, kind of like when a spotter is noticing someone's reaching muscle failure and they put one finger out underneath the I'll be doing that with my hand.
Moral support.
Yeah, what's that like?
Don't worry.
You got this. Grind.
Natural 20.
If you were gonna
Give your mage hand to yourself.
you whip it out the courtyard.
It's now lodged in the ceiling.
Yeah, Gideon's like, don't touch it, don't touch it. I got it.
No, I got it. Don't you touch it. 28.
It's not enough. I'm just kidding.
He needed a 30.
By the beard of Zeus.
You needed a 30 for this.
Great Poseidon's tridentness is lodged in here.
You bear down, and with all of your might, you begin to pull. And at first, there's no give, and you continue to pull and pull. You watch as the embers in Gideon's beard and his hair begins to ignite as he's exerting all of the force he can muster. You can see the muscles in his arms begin to tighten as he is using every ounce of strength he has to pull this sword out. And then, almost as if something clicks, it effortlessly pulls from the stone, and you brandish the sword through the air. You watch as the blade, even though it's made of stone, catches the light, and you see a prism of rainbow colors just shift across the blade for a second. It feels incredibly light, but also it feels substantial. It feels like this is the kind of blade that could fell this creature, and yet this isn't a blade at all. This is a stone. This is part of this statue.
Wow!
Oh my
Would
god.
you believe that was only 20% of my balance?
Yes, he almost went super Genasi.
We were either supposed to do that, or we really fucking shouldn't have done that.
Oh, why is Gideon so cool?
Is the rose still
Stab yourself in
It's
the
so
back.
devoid of color.
devoid of color?
But the blade is like a rainbow blade?
As it caught the light,
Oh.
you saw almost as if it were a real blade, the way the light would kind of ripple across the blade, but it was in a prism of rainbow colors as it did this. And as you move it around, you
So beautiful.
you still see that on occasion, that it will catch the light, and you can see this shift of color along the blade, as if for a moment you could be fooled that this blade was real. But you feel it in your hands. You can feel that this is clearly the porosity of stone. This is not metal.
Well, this is definitely it, guys.
Do we all see the rainbow shimmer? My goodness, that is quite a thing. that
We
you
got to
can-
get out of here. I think that I rule neckbats now.
The sword in the stone.
I think that I'm just the rightful emperor of neckbats. If he's ruled by an emperor.
I mean, there are some cultures would say that's enough to be the foundation of a hereditary monarchy.
I think that we got to go check it out. I mean, this could solve all our problems.
That's no system of government.
It is the entire system of government.
No, just because some watery tart throws you a sword doesn't mean.
You hear that, Mr. Jabberwocky? You're a watery tart. Yum. I hope there's raspberries in it.
Careful now, you'll ignite into flames.
I'm not afraid of this. Look how goofy he looks. He's got big old bug eyes.
So if that thing, that plaque is like a riddle, maybe you gotta chop its head off.
That was actually
Well.
going to be my suggestion.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I'll give it a try. I mean, this thing's cool as hell. You know, it's kind of heavy, but kind of light at the same time.
Make sure that it Snicker snacks on the way down.
Oh, it'll Snicker snack. The Snicker snacking's the only thing I know how to do.
I think we just need to glump away. I think that's the important part.
No,
Hold on, that's gonna get messy.
No choice.
Well, maybe
It's written
practice
in
your
stone.
galump now, and then you'll know how to do it after.
well, how do you galump? How do I even practice galumphing? I mean, give us a...
Torbeck has had several run-ins with the law over galumphing.
You know, is galump what you're doing in that bush? You think I need to stand in front? You think I need to behead the Jabberwocky, spin around, get...
Allegedly.
yeah. Oh, well. Yeah.
I think that's just public masturbation.
Allegedly, Mr. Crammy.
Well, there's nothing that says galumphing ain't public masturbation, you know? Could be one and the same.
If
Maybe-
it is public masturbation, then you can't do it here. This is a private courtyard.
well, not if everybody's watching me.
I don't know if we count. We're friends.
Well, that's fair.
They've seen you masturbate many times.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you've seen me.
Depends on the province or region.
Yeah.
Well, is there a law in neckbet that perhaps we can reference? I don't know if there are
We
any.
never covered neckbet in Goblin College.
The Jabberwock's not down here, though. We got to go back to thither, where presumably there are plenty of people that could watch me masturbate after I behead it, and then I think it's totally fine. I think that completes the nursery round.
I do
you know?
have 2 semi-conscious compestries in my pack. We can bring them out.
They've never seen me masturbate. That's perfect.
This is turning into a weird power fantasy.
Look, we're not gonna do any of this.
For the first time, you see the Campestries, whose faces are eternally happy, stare on in horror.
I know you can't look away, Campestry, but you might want to close your eyes.
No, keep
Well,
it open.
You know what's also true is that I think that the meaning of it's a lot of nonsense. What I think it's saying is that I'm the Jabberwock, and only a bitch couldn't behead me.
Well, I mean, his head's coming off as easy as my pants while galumphing.
Yikes. What if you tried it on the statue first?
I'm not trying it on the... Why would I chop the statue's head off?
I think that's the fucking riddle. I think it's a stone sword and a stone
Oh, man, I thought we were going back to thither with this thing, and I cut that Jabberwock's head off.
The act of doing the ritual here may transform the sword into what we need to defeat the real Jabberwock.
I don't want to say that because we're doing a lot of references to episode 2, I did very well on the unicorn riddle. And as the self-proclaimed emperor of riddles and the Muad'Dib, it is...
I'm speaking plain English.
It's the law of riddles that the sword will shatter as soon as you behead it, and we will not be able to use it on the Jabberwock.
Wait, how does Greco know that?
He's the Lord of Riddles.
The Lord of Riddles.
Why hasn't Greco mentioned that until now?
Oh, I don't like to flex about it.
No, you
gotta
had.
stay
You just
humble.
missed it.
Oh, no.
That's true. That's
Greco,
true.
Tormek doesn't mean to be a bad listener.
It's okay.
We could put
that's
it to a
why
vote.
it took me a long time to learn how to be an active listener. Just say, okay. Every time someone says something, and then they'll say, oh, he's such a good listener. I'm not going to nag at him as soon as he comes back from the pub. So you come back home after having some brews with your lads.
Okay.
A couple pints with your lads, and you come back and like, okay. You know what time. Okay. Okay. And then they'll eventually stop, and then it says, "Oh, I'm such a good listener."
As we've been having this entire conversation, I've forgotten to take my spectacles off, and I'm looking around the garden. Does it appear differently than it would if I didn't have my spectacles
Can
off?
you tell me what your spectacles do? Because I don't remember
It's
what
the
they are.
Cumulus spectacles, and they tell me... Cumulus? I can't pronounce it.
That's fine. Just tell me what they do.
You told me that they give me advantage on perception checks, and I can see invisible fey creatures.
Great.
Oh.
Roll a perception check.
I would love to.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to do it
This place is covered with fake creatures.
advantage.
Yes. Yes.
I've never had a witness while galumphing.
We've ruined galumphing. It's just a nightmare. 22.
What do you expect?
You look around the garden and it appears to be exactly as it seems. I will say what you notice, however, is that though there are blue roses all over this place, the roses on the right and left sides of the fountains, the blue roses on the right and the red roses on the left that are climbing up this Jabberwock and intertwining with each other and almost at war with each other. There's something different about them. You can't quite put your finger on what it is, but it's almost as if when you're looking at them through these spectacles, you see almost like a halo around each one of the roses on either side. A prism that you notice as you take them on and off. It disappears when you don't have the glasses on.
Is it like when you're wearing 3D spectacles at the movie theater and there's that like those five rays? Okay. I'll make note of that, but I'll continue to listen to the ridiculous conversation of my friends.
Okay.
Get hold.
What are you doing?
We're gonna move on from that.
Oh,
Before you do that, let's just make sure like nobody's watching in case like we're not supposed to do this. There's a door right over there. Let me just like. Is there a window in the door, or is it like a total?
It's just
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, why don't you just open the door?
I just wanna. I'm not gonna open it, but I'm just gonna walk to the door and like just try to listen to see if I can hear anything on the other side.
walk to the door, and what you notice is there is no handle on this door.
Oh.
It is a large, curved or arched wooden door, and it has the metal brackets that go down from the top and the bottom, but they are very clearly the twisting, thorny vines of roses, and you see carvings, woodland scenes, all over this door, almost like a beautiful fantasy forest. And as you look over this door, you see depictions of mermaids bathing in waterfalls. You see a unicorn cooling itself by the water. You see pixies flitting about on large flowers, dancing in the rain. You see just depictions of what appear to be, say, what you would equate to imagery from children's fairy tale books. And roll a perception check.
You can hear very muffled music coming from the other side of the door.
I was really like that seal.
You press your ear to the door, and at first you hear nothing. You slowly make your way down towards the bottom, to the very small place between the ground and the edge of the door, and you attempt to listen in. And for a second, you feel like you hear childlike laughter.
Oh God. I don't say anything. I'll just sort of like startle and take my head away from the door, and then I'll
Put it back to see if I still hear it.
That's all you heard.
and I just look around. No, I think you're good, kid.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Let it rip.
so what do we think? Just cut the head off?
I mean, if this is a riddle.
By the law of riddle kind, yes.
All I can tell you, if this sword shatters and I lose my only opportunity to act like Angio from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, where I have a giant broadsword on my back, but all I ever do is never use it and just punch people, I want to be very upset. And
Absolutely incredible.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Sorry, it's the sword. I don't know.
Roll an attack at advantage, please.
Oh, I don't mind.
Can you even use a sword?
I'm
He's
about
a
to
fighter.
find
He's
out.
busy with all weapons.
Oh, wow.
Nat 20! Let's go! Jabberwock these nuts!
Your voice echoes throughout the temple. Jabberwock these nuts, as you swing this sword.
A tear comes to Gurko's eye.
You can hear the sound of the blade swoosh through the air the same way that you would hear a normal blade swoosh through the air, not a blade of stone. The way that this sword feels in your hands as you bring it down against the stone neck of the Jabberwock feels like the way a sword should feel. And the sickening slice that rends the air as not a crack, but an actual slice happens at the neck of this Jabberwock. You see a clean cut of stone. This is not flesh, but this sword has rended the neck of the Jabberwock as if it were. And with a loud splash and kaplunk, the sword, or the head of the Jabberwock lands into the water at the base of the pool, or at the base of the fountain. And then immediately, you begin to watch as thick white paint begins to spill out of the severed neck of the Jabberwock and begin to fill up the fountain.
It's
With loud gullups, the paint, viscous and thick, spills out into the fountain, mixing with the water that was in there, thinning it out into a beautiful white gesso-like paint.
Oh man, Torbeck told you guys this was gonna get messy.
Oh my God.
Oh, my, that actually is what galumphing means.
That's graphic.
That was a clean cut.
Well done, Galumph.
You have to galumph now. You have to galumph away, though.
Oh, yeah. All right. I turn away from the statue.
360 degrees.
Unzip.
And walk away.
I just spinning a 360. Time to go on.
Still facing us. 360s all the way around. No.
I drop trowel. Here we go. I'm kidding. I don't want to do that.
I was waiting.
Yeah.
Someone stop me!
Yeah.
Please!
Is the paint flowing ongoingly?
Yes.
Almost like... Backing up, was the fountain already fountaining water?
It had water in the base, but there was no water coming from anywhere else. It was still, and it was beautiful and crystalline.
We're gonna get Giardi up.
And now is it starting to flow and fill? Like is it getting...
As the paint is pouring out of the severed neck of the Jabberwock statue, it is beginning to rise, but is mixing with the paint. And what had been this very thick, viscous paint is now thinning with the mix of the water, and it's becoming. None of you are artists, but similar to paint that you would paint with, should you be into that sort of thing.
I spin away from the statue after doing a 360, and I just leap from where I was slightly elevated back to the ground, like away from the water, and do my best galumph to galumph away from it.
I would like you to roll performance check at disadvantage because you don't have
Got no galumph!
You have no jam. You have no vibe.
No way. Oh, I thought you were gonna say third one.
You've lost your ability to dance.
The actual real galumph is just that picture of John Lennon doing that weird walk.
But galumphing's all I know. 13 with a +0.
With a 13, you imagine that you have you're not galumphing, but you might galump, but it's not a full galump.
You forgot the H, kid.
Well, get up here and help me galumph. You know I can't galumph on my own.
I think galumphing is just you trying to dance in your current state. Just try that.
Oh, you think I just kind of dance?
Just like dance away, but with the way that you dance, it'll be galumphing instead.
Wait, don't we have to retrieve its head?
Look, that's galump. Look, you know what? Mystical statue, ain't that galumphing?
Frost mentioned its head.
No.
Oh.
I galumph back to get its head.
You do.
Am I there yet?
Roll a performance check straight for galumphing forward and retrieving the head.
Unbelievable.
These dice!
3 out of 4.
It's natural 20.
Okay.
That's outrageous.
Can you
20, 20,
roll-
13,
can you
20
roll a
tonight
D-
for you?
Can you roll a
Crazy.
D2 for me?
Can't get a 20 on that
I can't get a Kraken symbol though.
I'm hoping for the edge.
It's a 1.
Okay. You make your way around the left side of the statue, out the fountain, as you are galumphing. It is horrible to watch, to be honest. Without his ability to dance, this thing that he's doing is... it's worse than watching Bernie at Weekends at Bernie's. He looks like he has no muscles in the top half of his body, as he just jerks and shakes this way and that.
This is worse than watching Weekend at Bernie's.
He eventually flops his body forward and slams his hand down into the white paint and pulls the stone head of the Jabberwock out. And in doing so, as he pulls it up, his arm jerks wildly to the side, hitting the blue rose bush that's climbing up this statue. And 4 of the rose petals fall into the paint, and immediately you watch as the paint turns a beautiful shade of blue.
Well, that can't be real.
You know,
What in the hell?
That was more wild than a luau at Richard Dreyfuss's house.
But is that more or less wild than a night at Blue Jays?
Can't even finish it.
Gideon! Nothing that's wild!
Don't finish that
Nothing
joke!
do not finish! Gideon!
Do not finish that joke!
At that one Blue Jays house.
Oh, that was close.
out of curiosity, does anyone mind if I attempt to do the same with the red roses? Do we think it's going to turn purple, or do you think it might have some other impact?
Only some. Most of them are blue.
there are so in the courtyard, the roses everywhere are blue.
Okay.
At this fountain,
Okay.
on the I swear to God, you do that to me.
I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm done.
At this fountain, on the right side, wait, you said 1.
What?
You rolled a 1, right?
Yeah,
Oh, on the 2? Yeah.
on the D2.
So that should have been left. Anyway, we're pretending like you went right. On the right side
rolled
is
a
where the blue roses were.
Okay.
And on the left side are where red roses are. It's the only place in this entire oasis that you see roses of any other color, and they are sprouting out of the ground immediately on the left and right side of the statue, and they are climbing up the statue on both sides, specifically the portion of the Jabberwock. And they are reaching towards the top. You see that the vines are actually intermingling. It's almost as if these roses are at war, fighting for dominance over the statue.
Oh.
When probably wouldn't notice this, but when the roses were knocked off of the display into the water and the water changed, does the display look like it's leaning in any kind of? No. Okay. Don't look like the display changed at all.
I'm gonna give it a try, and I'll go to the left side, and I will attempt to pull one whole rose head,
A rosebud, yeah.
a rose bud, off of one of the vines,
It's easy enough to do. It's just a rose.
and I will take 4 of the petals and I will sprinkle it into the fountain.
As the first petal drops, you begin to see the color of the paint in the fountain change. And after the 4th petal drops, it is a beautiful purple paint that now sits in the base of this fountain.
Wow, nice thinking, Frosty.
Oh, but Mr. Crammy, what does this have to do with the elder beans of Virginian sales?
What?
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
The elder beans of Virginia.
Torbeck's just talking about what Mr. Crammy's been talking about!
Yeah, elder beans of
Virginian
Virginian
sales!
sales?
You've said it 1,000 times!
Oh, no, you're thinking of the Elden Beast of Viridian Scale. Yeah, that's what this thing
That's
is.
what Torbeck said!
And that's not even close to what you said.
Well, it's pretty close, to be fair. I mean, he's right there.
We're 3 out of 5 on
Give me
wrong
the head.
words.
What?
Today.
Give me the head.
The head of the.
Is it covered in like
Jabberwock?
white paint? Is it the head of the Jabberwock?
Oh, yeah.
What? Now that I have been gloved upon, I've come for your soul! No! It's the elder beans of Virginian sales! Leave Torbeck alone, please! Galumph, no, that's gross!
Jabberwock, look at my gross eyes.
You shouldn't galumph in public!
It literally looks like the Beetlejuice face statue.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it looks like. Exactly.
Oh man, that was a good one, Little Green.
I chased Torbeck around. I'm completely covered in white paint now. Unless I don't know if it turned blue before you got it.
It
Making
did.
Torbeck's IBS worse!
Do we think that we need to make it one color or the other? Do we need to paint something, perhaps? Perhaps that door.
Well, maybe we have to... No, I don't even know. I mean, yeah, do we paint the door? Is it like a paintbrush anywhere? Do we...
Presumably, we could use the roses.
We even tried the door. I mean, just to see if it's open. Like, this is a door, you know. Don't look at it. I mean,
Welcome to Westmark.
Well, there's no handle on it. I just figured it would open automatically once we did the right thing like all the other doors.
Honestly, oh sorry, it's just me, Igrico.
Okay.
Now look, you'll see that I'm painting Grico's ghost.
Oh, she just did!
I look like the funky phantom.
Oh my God.
I'm out of ideas because I thought it was gonna open as soon as you beheaded the Jabberwock.
well, let's just see if it's a push door, you know. I mean, maybe it's just like that.
I mean, go on, try. It's covered
All
in
right.
thorns. Just be... Nope.
It does not budge. You could roll a 40, and you could tell at this point this door is not going to budge.
I guess you didn't glump well enough, kid.
Ugh, stupid door! Alright, well, it ain't glumphing or opening either.
That's because it's a pull door. No, I'm just kidding.
Have we tried just knocking and asking politely?
I just punched it a whole bunch.
Why do we always have to break and enter?
Well, this is, I mean, you know, kind of because we're like criminals.
That's
and
all we
stuff.
know, Torbeck.
One day I would just like to enter.
Can we not change? Must this pattern of criminality continue into eternity?
I mean, I guess you weren't around the carnival as much as me and Frosty, but you kind of get like used to it, right? Like when we first went, like Frosty and I were like, no, we're not criminals.
Yes.
And then Crimmy was like, what to do? You guys want a B&E? And Frosty and I was like, oh, bacon and eggs? That's delicious.
I remember
and
the
Frosty
first
was like,
time.
oh, I would love to join you for breakfast. And then it ended up being breaking and entering. And then once you do it the first time and you break the seal, it's kind of hard to stop.
Yes, because we're culpable now. We would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we not grow and change and become better people?
I'm sure we could. It's just like, you know, why?
Give me 2 good reasons.
It's so much fun the other way. That's good reason 1 to not do it.
I'd given up on that hope long ago, Torbeck.
Okay.
That being said, I'm going to endeavor to paint the door. I think that's something to try.
Well, go on ahead.
Hootsy's also very good at painting with her paws.
Well, Hootsie, if you'll join me, I'm going to paint using the blue roses. What
It's
do you
very
think?
cute.
Oh, Hootsy, you should do it. Help Uncle Frosty paint. And Hootsy will walk over and she'll look at the roses and she'll snap off a little one and like mimic Frost with her beak. And then she'll think for a moment, drop the rose, and just dunk her paws into the purple paint.
I'm going to take one of the full blue roses and I'm going to snap it off at the twig, so to speak. And I'm going to use that to dip it in and create a brush. I'm assuming it continues to stay purple, but if
It
I'm
does.
using... Okay, so... Well, here, come on, Hootsie.
Oh, good job, Hootsy. And Hootsy's gonna kind of like circus bear walk forward and join Frost and just lean forward and smear. Oh, you're doing so good, Hootsy. You can even stay in the lines. Oh, she's just the best, ain't she, lads? Oh, she's just the best. Oh, you're doing great too, Frosty.
You and Hootsie begin to paint the door, and it takes about 10 minutes to cover the door completely in purple
I
paint.
stay right in the lines.
And it looks
Hootsie
beautiful.
doesn't.
There is paint everywhere. And as you step back to admire what you've done, you hear no sound of the door moving or unlocking or anything like that. And then slowly you begin to watch as the wood absorbs the paint and it returns to its umber brown.
Was that like a good job, or was that like a you fucked up, that's not part of the riddle?
Well, maybe you didn't like that color, you know? I mean, it seems, I don't fucking know.
Well, then we might have to try and change the color to one of the binary, perhaps red or blue.
Well, what about, how about this? Look, you know, you got blue roses over here, we got red roses over there, and they're kind of like fighting. What if we make them all purple, you know, bring them together?
Make all the roses purple.
Yeah.
Oh, make the garden unified.
Yeah, none of
Like
the strife. or
red versus
conflict.
blue. Why do we gotta fight? Let's be best mates and all be purple.
Well, haven't you noticed all the other stuff around here is blue? Like, what if it just wants blue?
We're not pulling the red out of that, I don't think.
Well, I dipped this like a paintbrush, but I'll go to one of the blue roses. I'll grab 4 more petals and I'll sprinkle those in and just let that happen.
It becomes a darker purple.
No, try taking the red petals out.
Try dipping the white rose of your sword into the paint.
That's a good idea, Frosty. It's gonna turn purple.
A legend is so
Sploosh! As it erupts from the
I was
paint.
doing something different.
You pull the sword from the paint, and purple paint drips from the rose. And then disappears as the rose absorbs the color, and where there had been a colorless rose, there is now a beautiful, vibrant purple that begins to unfurl and bloom as if it's really a true rose, and you feel in your hand as it thrums and shakes and vibrates, and you watch this thing as the prism of color shifts along the stone blade, and then it begins to shrink and shrink and shrink until where you had been holding a blade, you are now holding a key. Whoa! A key whose end is shaped like a rose. One end is shaped like a rose, the other like a heart. And then you hear what sounds almost like a soft click, and your attention is drawn towards the door, where now, marring its surface is only one thing, a keyhole.
Holy shit. If Goofy and Sephiroth are on the other side of the door, I swear to...
I know that you said you wanted Crisis Core, but you got Kingdom Hearts. Don't worry, the story's just as nonsensical.
It's unbelievable. Blade has changed into a key. I think I'll call it a blade key. This is so cool.
Torbeck is very glad that this worked, because if Torbeck's learned anything about adding red to blue, you can never get that out. Trust Torbeck.
You know a lot of little things, don't you?
You're full of wisdom, Torbeck.
Yes,
Don't hide that in a bushel.
Well done, Frost. That's a good fucking idea.
That was a great idea,
that was
Frosty.
great. I kind of missed the sword. It was
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
not about
but-
the sword.
Yeah, well, man, at least I got this key now, I guess.
It's a
So
blade
kinda
key.
fun.
You can
Oh,
use the
blade key, yeah.
You can
All
use the
right,
blade
let's go
key.
unlock this door, see what's over here. You didn't hear anything over here, did you? Well, nothing's gonna jump out at me.
No,
like
I didn't hear
snap me
nothing.
up. And, okay, well I got no worries then.
Make sure you
Just
snicker
the
snack
cries
it.
of like doomed children.
What?
But
What did you
I
say?
think that was all about it.
He says, as you hear the lock click, the
Yeah,
door
100%.
the door immediately opens, and you are all blasted with a, once again, prism of rainbow light. As you are awash in this light, you shield your eyes against it at first, and you try to adjust to this new space. You feel warmer than you had. That breeze is gone. The scent of foliage is no longer present, but scents of flowers and woods and fire. And as your eyes adjust, you hear, "What are you doing in my room?" And as you all look over, you realize that you are in what looks to be a tower room. A large stone circular room that is bedecked in beautiful things. Pastel colors everywhere, yellows, blues, purples, pinks, greens. And you see that off on one side there's a luxurious 4-poster bed in lace and velvets, but the size of a child. You see that there are toys littered all about the room. The rug in the middle of the floor is in the shape of a chubby teddy bear. And sitting on it in a beautiful purple princess dress is a small girl. She has dark hair and piercing green eyes. She looks out at you with chubby cheeks, rosy and happy. Sitting at her, or in front of her, you see that she has a strange plush that immediately catches your eye, Crummy, as it appears to look like a cute stuffed version of the beast that you just beheaded in the garden previously. And she is holding it almost as if it's bound to attack as you look to see what it is that she is playing with. And in front of her, she has this clearly stuffed version of the Jabberwock as it fights against a knight made of wood atop an owlbear steed, a knight made of clay atop a catoblepis steed, a knight made of glass upon a displacer beast steed, a knight made of bone atop a hellhound steed, and a knight made of metal atop a unicorn steed. And as you all stand there and look around, you realize that door that you just entered is gone. There's no door behind you. The only door that you see is off on the other side of the room, right next to the fireplace, which is, there's a fire roaring in the hearth. As this girl once again looks up at you,
What are you doing in my room? Did you come to play?
Oh, behind. Is that the damned child that I saw?
Don't call me a damn child. Do you watch your mouth?
Not like damn. I mean like damned as in like.
Don't curse in here.
I apologize.
Grandmother would be so upset if she heard you say that.
This is real, fellas? Are you all seeing this, or am I just
Of
still on
course
drugs?
I'm real. That's not very nice. You come into my room and tell me I'm not real.
Hey, what's your room doing in where we are? Like in the middle of the desert?
Inside of my castle. Well, it's not really a castle, but I am in the tower, so it's kind of like I'm a princess in the castle.
Those are some nice toys you have there.
Thank you. They're
My
all
name is
mine.
Morning Frost. What is your name?
Oh, my name's... Well, Grandmother says it's not a good idea to tell people your name. She calls me Morgana.
Morgana.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we
it's a
are
pleasure to
so
meet you,
sorry
Morgana.
for being rude. And yes, it's a pleasure.
To meet you too.
And she stands up and she curtsies.
I'm princess in here.
We're sorry to intrude. We didn't know we were entering your room when we walked through the door we just came through.
You didn't walk through the door. The door's over there.
The door we just came through.
You said we were in a tower, right? We're not like in the middle of the desert, in like a weird temple.
No.
What?
And she points to the window, and you can see that you are clearly up very high in some sort of tower, and that sprawling out for miles are beautiful verdant woods.
Ooh.
I look again at the toys. Can you describe them again for me?
She was currently holding the Jabberwock, which is a big stuffed Jabberwock. And it was clearly readying itself to attack what appears to be a front line of knights atop steeds. There's an owlbear steed, which houses a knight made of wood. There's a catoblepis steed, which houses a knight made of clay. A displacer beast steed that houses a knight made of glass. A hellhound steed, which houses a knight made of bone. And a unicorn steed, which houses a knight made of metal.
That was very fast. I got catoblepis
Well,
Made of clay.
and clay, and then the bone is...
We'll fill you in later,
we'll fill
Frost.
you in.
Displacer beast is glass. Hellhound is bone.
Hellhound. Jesus.
Unicorn is metal.
Badass.
How many times have you listened to that fucking poem, Frost? You still need help with this?
Unbelievable. Well, could you clean us up from the paint? We don't want to track paint on all these lovely toys.
Are we still covered in
You
paint?
are not covered in paint.
Never mind. Well, little Morgana, my name is Grico, and this is my daughter Hootsie, and she would love to play.
She's quite large. She looks like she would destroy all of my pretty things.
Oh, well, you know, that's okay.
No,
You don't
it's
have
not okay. These are the toys of a princess.
Now, you're not very good at sharing.
I've never had to share. Well, I got to share once. I used to have a best friend, you see.
Oh.
What, they just left you because you weren't good at sharing?
It's not very nice.
Well, I mean,
Grandmother doesn't want me to see the little prince anymore.
Little prince, eh?
No.
What's his name? This little prince.
I told you it's not wise to give people your names. I'm the princess and he is the prince. And that's all you'll get from me.
All right. Wow. Well, Morgana, it was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you know where we are? Do you know where this beautiful tower is located?
Yes, you're in my home.
No, but where's the home located?
What do you mean?
Like where? Where are we presently?
If we were to
outside?
leave your home, what
I
would be
don't
beyond...
know.
Oh.
Grandmother brought me here because she says it's not safe to leave the tower. If I knew where I was, I'd be at risk of letting people know how to find me.
Dormac's starting to think that that door over there is locked.
Well, fortunately, we have a blade key.
You have a key?
wait, why would people be trying to find you?
I don't know. She says I'm very powerful even for my age. Do you want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Roll a d8.
I step back.
Tormek also has people looking for Tormek, and Tormek is also very powerful!
Well, 4.
She looks towards you, and she raises her hand, and she begins to make this motion.
See, look, I'm like a witch in the woods.
And you watch as she begins to generate strands of this dark purple magic, and she's pulling it almost like taffy, as she is moving it around and slowly swirling it into a beautiful orb, and she looks almost entranced by it, as if the magic is almost overcoming her. And then she looks up almost as if remembering what she was going to do, and she hurls the orb towards you. You feel it collide with your chest, and immediately you begin to change. You feel your body become wooden and jointed, and just like the twig strapped to your back, you become a marionette intent on telling fairy tales.
Just suddenly now, like, are you toppled over by Twig?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you do this?
Yes, I told you I was really powerful.
Oh my God!
Can you undo this?
Can you fix him?
Well, if I wanted to, but he was kind of stuffy and mean, and now he's a toy, and toys
Yeah, you
are
okay?
fun.
Once upon a time, I was not okay.
Oh God, he's speaking in riddles.
Gideon, are you okay?
There was a group of people traveling through the woods, and they
She
came upon.
plops to the ground and she starts to watch you.
I love a good story.
Well, sit on down, 'cause I got a tale to tell you. Once upon a time,
Gentlemen, while Gideon is speaking to the girl, I suggest we sort of look around and get a sense of anything else in this room.
Roger that. I'll nod, and I'll just sort of, while he's entertaining the princess. Well, yeah, we'll investigate the room.
They had to unlock the door to darkness. And
Roll in a group investigation check.
As soon as we start to look around, Torbeck will look at Frost and just say, "What?"
You're interrupting my story.
And she hurls a purple orb straight at
Torbeck
you.
is
Roll a
so-
d8.
and then we had to lock the king of the mice behind the door so that he could fight back the wave of darkness. And that is where we'll end the story.
Absolutely perfect. You feel your body begin to change, Torbeck, as where had once been this monstrous, disgusting bugbear, you now see in front of you a small cowboy doll that believes he's got a snake in his boot.
Do I change size?
Yeah.
Am I like?
Yeah,
how
you're
tall am I?
you're about a foot tall, maybe.
Well, shucks happy. What does Torbeck have here? Torbeck doesn't want to alarm anybody, but there's a snake in Torbeck's boot.
Torbeck, you keep the snake inside the boot. We've talked about this.
yeah, keep the snake inside.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Torbeck's not real sure, but the snake does run all the way down Torbeck's pant leg.
Just listen to the nice story that's being told by Wooden Gideon. Tiny.
Yeah, they're gonna introduce a bunch of characters that are actually technically already dead, and they all have different colored hair, and you're gonna forget all of them.
Well, shucks howdy.
Gideon is a terrible storyteller.
No, listen, once upon a
It's not very
time.
nice. Why are you saying such horrible things to your friends?
Oh, I'm just speaking the truth. It's not, I mean, did you listen to that?
Yes, I loved it.
Thank
I
you.
don't like what you are right now.
And she hurls a purple
What are you
orb
gonna?
directly-
Ah! What are you gonna do? Shoot an orb at me? Says Goblin, transformed by a witch.
Roll a d8 for me,
What are you
please.
gonna do? Turn me into a nude?
Gricko, you really Torbecked this one.
8. Let me know if I need to reroll.
You don't. That hasn't been taken. But I'm gonna dread you because I want to try and get
You
you.
can just assign me
something
whatever
else.
you want.
I could, yeah, but I'm gonna dread you
Just
first.
dread you. Yeah, let's burn the dreads until you get what you need.
7.
No, that you can't do a 7.
Oh.
That one I won't allow you.
I got 777 on Dragon Enterprise. 1.
One's already been
Oh.
taken by old little
2.
Torbeck over here.
You become a clown, happy and filled with joy.
Well, Torbeck would call this a little bit of serendipity.
I spoke too soon. I'm filled with joy and serendipity, little girl. Is it your birthday? Oh, to be a clown.
Why are you towering over me like that?
Oh, what do you know?
Is he like full human size?
Oh!
Yeah, I was definitely thinking like a little bit.
Oh, to be a clown! What's your favorite animal, little child?
I like this creature, and she holds up the stuffed animal of the Jabberwock.
But before it came whatever this is now, this creature scares me. Without the little prince here, I don't know how to defeat it. His knights don't work if he's not around, and he can't defeat it without his knights. He can't have one without the other.
I'm pleased to tell you that.
So he gets stronger.
Oh.
And he will overtake everything if he's not stopped.
Oh, that's a good story, little girl. I'll need a lot of balloons.
Well, Dorbeck once knew a guy that would call this fella highly marketable. Also, Dorbeck is very certain that is definitely the Elder Beans of Virginia sales.
I'm like scared. I'm like backing up, but like I got a 17 on my investigation
I got a
check.
15.
I'm looking around and Morgana. Speak again with your new marionette friend. He can tell you a story of how he once defeated a Jabberwock.
You defeated a Jabberwock
Before we
without
even
the
get
little
to that-
prince and without his knights.
Once upon a time, just because I had this story to tune up. Once upon a time, when we're talking about someone who just was so powerful he couldn't be stopped. Let me tell you the story of the three little piggies.
I would love that. I love pigs.
Well, let me tell you, so did the.
Excuse me, what are you doing rummaging around my room?
Hey, that's
I'm
very
just looking.
rude,
I'm
man.
just
I'm in the
looking.
middle of a story.
That's not yours to touch.
And she hurls a purple orb
Okay.
at you. I need you to roll a d8.
God, Zeus, I
Perception's
stepped
very
on my
high.
snake. Dorbeck accidentally
Can't do a
stepped on the snake.
How did that hurt you?
You become a mime.
I'm not investigating.
Oh no. The spell didn't work properly. I didn't make him a toy, I made him boring. More boring than he already was. Oh God, why does your neck move like that?
Oh, it's me, the Jabberwock. And I'll have like spent 5 minutes tying together a mini ballooned Jabberwock approximation if I'm able to do that with my new clown body.
Yeah.
I killed your friend, the little prince. He's gone and gobbled up forever, and you shall never see him again. Kaloo Kaleo Frubj's Day.
Darnation.
Why would you say that? The little prince is just gone. He's with his family. I'm just not allowed to see him because grandmother says that I can't.
Oh,
He's not eaten.
then we'll eat
The
your
Jabberwock
grandmother.
isn't real.
What?
It's not real. He can't hurt me.
Wait, what did you say? You said that thing's not real?
That's what I tell myself.
No, I've seen it.
No, it's
Yes,
not real.
No, it is. It's very real.
Stop it.
Oh, you don't want it to be real.
This is why grandmother doesn't want me to leave the tower.
We'll eat your grandmother too. We'll kill her dead so you can be free.
Kill her dead just like the three little pigs when the wolf showed up with his flamethrower. And let me tell you, not one house made of straw, not one house made of wood, or not one house made of whatever the hell else you could find could withstand the mighty power of the flamethrower 4000.
Turn into mushroom.
He's like,
The wolf, and then the wolf kicked the doors in, but he didn't even need to do it because he had the flamethrower in hand, and those piggies. That's all you could hear as each and every hut went up in a burst of flames. Oh, they ran and they hid and they scurried, and they all got into one house, but that just fed the fire in the wolf's heart's desire, and then he burned it down. And you know what they had? Pork belly. And it was pretty delicious, and that's where we'll end the story.
That sounds like a luau at Richard Dreyfuss. They cook 3 whole pigs each time. It's the tradition.
Between the two of you, that story was really brilliant. Your storytelling was so riveted, I'm no longer scared about the awful things you were saying.
As she hurls an orb of purple light directly at
No, it's
you.
not.
I need you to roll a d8.
Yeah, well, bacon will fix just about anything. Oh, damn!
What's not? Is 4 taken?
No,
I was for it.
Yes, 4 is taken.
I lied.
3.
No, 3 is not taken. You become a potato person. And all of your limbs and facial features magically attach to you, but they also randomly fall off.
What's the big idea?
Oh,
Oh no. What's happened to me?
is this a real toy? This is the worst toy I've ever seen.
Where?
Ignore him, little girl. If you got one of these things on Yuletide morning, you'd be very disappointed in old Holly King, let me tell you.
I don't like the way you're talking to me.
Why not? I'm a friendly clown. Don't you like clowns, little girl? Look at me with my balloon Jabberwock.
I thought I liked clowns, but now I think I'm frightened of them.
You did this to me. You did this to me, little girl.
She throws another purple orb at you. I need you to roll. Hold on. We've done that. I need you to roll a d3.
Old Torbeck's now seen just about everything. Mr. Krabby turned into a tater tot.
How will we bake your grandmother into a What do I
Who
roll?
the fuck would wear
D3.
something tacky like this? Fucking tacky mustache and a tacky hat. Is there anything a little more spiffy than that? I'm gonna try to shit out like. And I guess my back flap will open. And does anything come out?
Yeah, you're filled.
Plastic boulder
Hey, now we're talking. Hey, we got a little pencil thin. Oh, hey. Like Ricky Ricardo. Oh, do they have any like pomade slick back, you know? Man. Oh, like the Rat Pack. Here we go. And I put on like
Newark. Hey.
I put on like a black sheen comb back haircut, and I will put on whatever fine top hat that I find.
Yeah, you do that.
All right, now we're talking.
I got a 2 on my D3.
You become a princess, fit for a tea party.
Oh, that's so much better.
Do I look like Gricko? What do I look like?
Yeah, you look like Gritko, but in like a beautiful pink princess dress, ready for a tea party.
Princess Goblinette. I'm the
So much better.
I'm the girl. My magical power is being the girl. Little Princess Morana, shall we break for tea and crumpets? Oh, let us enjoy.
Let me pour it for you.
And she leads you over to a little tea spot where there are 2 seats, and she pours the fake tea in the little girl's tea set, and she provides you with what is clearly a wooden crumpet, and she is engaging with you in this.
Oh, Kalukale, what a frabjous day. A little treat for me.
No, don't actually drink it. It's not. No.
Oh, you haven't dusted.
It's not meant for drinking.
Oh, it tastes like broly
It's meant for done.
Uh-oh.
I don't like you
you either. And she rolls another purple orb at you.
Hey guys.
Roll a d2 for me, please.
Torbeck doesn't want to alarm anyone, but the snake in the boot is missing.
Well, you telling me it's a real fucking snake?
Well, Torbeck is not sure. Torbeck has an impending sense of doom and can no longer find the snake.
Is this like a trouser snake, or is this like a cookie spaghetti kind of snake, or is this like a real fucking venomous kind of snake?
From a certain point of view, you know what I'm saying. That's all.
Oh God!
As you're having this conversation, Frost is miming as he is become mime. And then, as this purple orb hits his chest, you watch as he begins to shrink and shrink and shrink. His hands, which had been cat-like hands, begin to form this strange shape as his arms and shoulders become jointed. Where any genitals or butt crack would be, it is now completely flat, as clearly Morgana has had Knuff. And Frost becomes a 12-inch or 11-inch plastic doll. You can talk though.
Oh. This is very strange.
I would say, for the sake of this, the personality that you have would be very, would be Brett. Be very similar to when you are the Eladrin.
Oh.
Sorry. For some reason, I thought you were going in a Lego direction. All right.
No, you're Ken.
Now this is more fun. Come on, Brett. Don't you join us for tea and crumpets? I love the Brett doll. I was never able to get one what I wanted for my birthday because they were always sold out at the local shops.
I'm so articulate.
Do you have your Mojo Dojo Casa house?
Well, let's find out. Can you open your ass?
Oh, yes, do open your ass! Open your ass, please!
What does it look like? My ass is already open. Have I fucking closed it? No, I haven't closed it. My ass is open.
How much can you fit in your ass, good potato man?
Oh, wait, I think the snake's in there.
I open his ass like the trunk of a fucking Volkswagen Beetle. And I fish around and I emerge from the other side in a what outfit?
In a Mojo Dojo Casa house. You are able to pull what looks to be Ken's dream house out of Potato Crummy's ass.
Hey.
And you see that there's now this dollhouse there that has everything you could possibly want. Large fur coats, leather pants, necklaces, jewelry of all kinds.
No. Perfect.
And I grab what is clearly like the entire red leather suit that Eddie Murphy wore in that one scene. And I stretch it on, I pull it out, and my chest is all out.
So what do you want to play?
Not really anything, but what I'm trying to do now is just find a way to destroy the Jabberwock.
Well, we're all right here, ready to back you up. How should we begin?
I'm not sure because I haven't been able to defeat the Jabberwock since the little prince left.
Do you know if it's got any weaknesses?
Yes.
Oh, any deep-seated fears or insecurities?
Yes, the knights and the prince coming together as one.
So we just have to work together, all right!
Oh, the power of friendship!
High five!
Well,
She reaches down and high fives you.
Torbeck doesn't want to, ruin the vibe here, but it certainly sounds like that it's high time we come up with a plan.
Can somebody make a pot of gravy, maybe with a little bit of fettuccine or something on the side? I feel like I just lost 38,000 pounds.
Sure, no problem.
I go up the 2 floors.
Took the whole house out of my ass. Speaking of which, can you close me up? Just give me real nice
this
and tight
reminds
there.
me of a story as well, but it ain't no fairy tale.
What did you do with Twig's body when you became a man?
It was. It's like it would have
You're back to back.
Yeah, I mean, she would still be on me, I guess, unless I dramatically changed like so much in size, she would have fallen
You're
off.
about the same size as her.
I mean, I guess she would have just fallen off then, proportionally. Yeah, she should be lying on the ground.
That makes sense. So, with that perception check,
on the ground. And went with a chair. I'm gonna turn her into splinters.
with that perception check, you hear a squeal come from Morgana as you make way to the top floor of your Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Why is the kitchen up here?
And as you close
It's a
your
pan with
ass-
fettuccine painted on it.
And it's a sticker of fettuccine. As,
What the fuck is this shit?
But you hear a squeal from her as she rushes over and grabs the twig marionette and lifts it up into the sky.
My twig puppet. Wherever did you find her?
Well, let me tell you.
No, she's all wrong. What did you do to her? Why does she have this?
What did I do to her? Let me tell you. Once upon a time, she turned into a fucking marionette.
Let me.
And here's the.
No, she's always been a marionette.
And she reaches out and she once again begins to pull that purple magic. And you watch as she's doing something. She's looking intently at the twig puppet. And then you watch as the tendrils of purple connect to the face of this marionette as she channels the magic in. You see for a moment she looks almost angry at one point.
I can't believe you would ruin my toy.
And then the tendrils fade. All better now. And as she turns her around, you see that where the two roses had been in her eyes, they're now just Twig's eyes. Just wooden.
Whoa.
Whoa! Tell us more about your twig doll. We're very curious.
Well, I'm curious as to where you got her from.
Oh, well, it is a long story. War crimes were involved.
I don't know what that means.
A great massacre of rabbit stew.
But she's mine, not yours. She went missing long ago, and Grandmother made her for me out of the twigs from her blue rose bushes.
All right. Torbeck witnessed a whole house come out of Mr. Crummy's ass, and this is the most confused Torbeck has ever been.
I'm sorry, what?
Telling me. Please, just continue, little miss.
I told you. She belongs to me. She's been missing for a long time. Grandmother tried to blame the little prince, said he stole her, but I don't think that's true. She just doesn't like him.
And you said that your grandmama made this lovely doll?
Yes, she made her out of the twigs from her blue rose bushes. That's why I named her Twig.
All right, fellas, what do you think? We whack Grandma?
Whatever you're right. Hold on.
I'm not
You
used
can't
to this
talk like
form.
that. We're talking about the power of friendship. We gotta defeat the Jabberwock.
But Grandma is keeping the poor little girl in chains, basically. I mean, she's
not
locked in
keeping
this
me
room.
chains. She's protecting me.
How long do you think you've been here?
I don't know, for a while now. It's been a long time since I've had a friend. I was really excited to see the five of you and that dog show up here.
Who's he like looks at me?
No, not the owlbear, that one.
Does he mean me or that?
Do you see what she's pointing at? Is she pointing at a dog?
Yeah, Hootsie.
Oh.
Oh, spaghetti, my favorite.
I told you to stop eating the toys.
This is so hot, not a
They're
treat.
for make-believe, don't you understand? Did you know that if you think of something really hard, if you use your imagination, if you dream of something, if you focus really hard on your heart's desire, you can make it real.
Wait, you mean like right now, right in this room?
Just in general.
Bully jugs, bully jugs, bully jugs.
Known as Brajol, known as Brajol, known as Brajol.
100,000 Ringside bully jug girls.
Maybe with
Bully
the
jugs.
side of
I think maybe
Pasta
it's something
fazool.
only I can do.
Well.
That's part of the reason Grandmother used to get so upset, is I would use my powers to create things with the little prince. He started to ask me to create things for him. I
Where?
don't think she liked that very much.
feel like this is gonna get sad. And I walk over to the refrigerator and I pull out a tiny toy Coors Light.
Like it just, like a plastic bottle.
I take off my jacket and I've just got a wife beater on.
That raises an interesting question. And quite frankly, Torbeck wants to know why, if you can do that, you don't just leave.
Because I can't.
You can't imagine this door just opening?
Not anymore. I'm not sure why.
Oh, that is so sad. Perhaps if Grandmama died, it would open.
Stop saying that. She's
Back to
all
plan
that
B?
I have.
What do you think, fellas?
You like your Grandmama, even though she keeps you imprisoned in this
She's not
tower?
imprisoning me. She's trying to keep me safe.
Well, look, let's say we just want to have just a simple, short conversation with your grandmother. Where would we go about finding her?
Well, I guess you'd go out the door there.
All right, fellas, let's go.
Wait,
Let's not
wait.
any more time.
What does she look like?
Well, it really depends.
Do you have a list of her fears?
Just
checking.
I don't think Grandmama is afraid of anything.
Ah, damn.
Wow. That's pretty interesting, I suppose. Torbeck supposes.
She sounds so very brave. I wish I had a Grandmama like that on it all.
I wish you had a Grandmama. It's lovely to have someone who looks out for you and takes care of you and makes sure you're always okay. And that you have nice toys to play with.
That is pretty nice.
Swear that you love her so much and for her keeping you captive in here. It's kind of like Stockholm Syndrome, which reminds me of this other story I know about Sleet Whitaker, who was kept by her, is a female's name, I swear, and it was kept by her aunt or something, and she couldn't get away, but she still kind of liked her, and then she met a prince, and some other stuff happened, and she really liked her, but the moral of the story is she was really bad, actually, and we had to kill her.
Oh.
Is that the one with the long hair?
No, that's like, Sleet Whitaker, like,
Sleep.
yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
You never heard the story of Sleet Whitaker? No. I don't know what I'm doing right
No.
Speaking nonsense.
You ain't never heard the story.
You ain't never heard the story of Sleet Whitaker?
Hey,
Yeah, what are you talking about?
When you're raised in a fucking barn, your mom never told you the story of Sleep Whitaker?
Yeah, no, she was like, she had three sisters, and they were making her do all the chores and,
Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, that's charming.
I burp loudly and throw a can to the kitchen floor, and I go back over to the refrigerator.
You go over to the toilet, and there's nothing there, but you pee into the toilet.
No, the toilet doesn't have like a concave
No,
hole.
it doesn't. It's just flat. It has a sticker on it.
And your
painting of
beer
water.
is actually you go and you fill it with water, and it's the color changing plastic. You see the mountains on the side.
Yeah. Oh, wow, this is really rare.
So we will speak to your Grandmama and she will let you free and to play with all of the other children.
You can try. I'm sure if you made it in here that she would want to talk to you since you've spoken to me.
I'm gonna be honest, as awesome as my new wardrobe is, I think that you should believe
You're
that we
not
can...
wearing any pants.
It's just heart-shaped boxers, right?
Yeah, that got really hot and sweaty, like real fast.
Well, they were leather.
Yeah. I mean,
They have no breathability.
let me see if I can find something else. No. No.
I keep doing that. I just get distracted.
It's all the same item as you scroll past.
It's all Frost's robe.
Not this one. Nah. Not this one.
All right, fellas, I think we go kill Grandma. Let's go. And I'll take a step and oh, fuck! I'm gonna topple over, and all of my pieces are gonna fly off, and my eyeballs will be here, my mouth will be over here. Oh my God, this is an eldritch abomination.
What is that
I
like?
can feel everything still. I'm blinking. I feel like I'm looking up, but my eyes are pointing down.
I don't didn't know we were getting body horror today.
Remy, if we stuck your pieces into a tortilla, do you think you'd still animate like a nightmare and you don't even want to ask all the various questions that raises?
Look, just put me back together, but please don't put me in like any weird configuration, like a normal potato configuration, all right, fellas? I just need some help.
Let's Picasso
I
this
see like my
fuck.
mouth over here, my eyes are like looking over here.
Are there any windows in this tower?
There's one window.
Well, no time like the present. And Cowboy Torbeck will walk over to Kermit's eyes, pick him up, and see if he can stick him out the window of the tower.
You hold him out of the window, and Crummy, you can see from miles around.
Oh my god! I'm getting vertigo, fellas.
Mr. Crane, what do your potato eyes see?
Potato chips are coming out of his mouth on the floor.
Yeah, my mouth opens up and like plastic potato chips. Do I see anything down below?
It plummets down hundreds of feet, eventually meeting the tree line. And even from up here, you can tell that these trees are massive. They're some of the biggest oak trees that you've ever seen. It is hard to know how many hundreds of feet it is from this window to the forest floor.
All right, Torbeck, I hate to say this, but drop my eyes. I can see. My head's not spinning so much anymore. And maybe I can see past the trees if you drop my eyeballs down there.
Yes, good cowboy, please, as the children say that I'm a child, yeet his eyeballs out the window.
Mr. Crammy,
For real, on guard.
Torbeck's just got to make sure you're thinking straight, because once Torbeck drops her eyeballs, there's probably a good chance we're not getting them back, or some critter's gonna snatch them up.
You only got one set of those. I'm looking at all your pieces. There's no other eyes here.
No, I'm pretty sure there's like an angry eye set somewhere in this. I'll just pop those in once these
I don't know, Mr. Crammy, and as I go to pull the eyes back in and get caught on the window, they fall out of my hand. Oh, son of a gun!
You watch the air rushing past you as the tree line gets closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. The eyes are spinning as they're hurling through the air, gaining
Torbeck's
momentum
hands were
as
slick from the snake.
as they're propelling towards the ground. They meet the tree line, and the branches and twigs scratch at the wooden eyes and begin to gouge them as it takes a while before eventually the eyes plummet face down into the earth.
Cremmy.
And all you see is darkness.
What do your potato eyes see?
Actually, let me roll for it to see if they're looking up or they're looking down.
There's some kind of magical darkness down here. I don't see nothing.
Oh, well, go get the eyes back, Mr. Brave Cowboy.
Well, Torbeck's not sure how that's gonna work.
Just,
I mean,
just find the angry eyes, and you know, there's a big pile of shit over there, and if it's not, just check my ass.
Oh, brave Sir Cowboy, please check his ass.
I'm not finding any eyes.
Everybody stand back. Here we go. Heads up, Mr.
Roll me over.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure.
Over here.
Keep looking. They're definitely in there.
Torbeck is now shoulder deep.
You are.
Keep searching there.
You search and search and search, but you do not find another pair of eyes. You remember seeing one, and it seems like everything else is accounted for. You remember seeing surprised eyes, sad eyes, happy eyes, but none of those eyes seem to be present any longer.
Don't give up, Sheriff. Just keep looking.
Well, Torbeck's looking like a fool. There ain't no eyeballs in this ass.
Good effort. And my two hands are going like that. Good effort.
You know, if Torbeck wasn't Torbeck would be pretty pissed right now.
Good thing you're not Torbeck.
Are the eyes somewhere else? Maybe they're in this house. There's so many rooms I've yet to explore.
I go into the only other room that I can go into.
It's a living room.
Oh, the tube.
Oh, yes. The program. Oh, it's a program where it's just a palm tree next to a pool. I love this one.
All right, well, I can't see anymore.
Torbeck was certain he saw at least 4 pairs of eyeballs, and now they're nowhere to be seen.
Can somebody put me back together, please? Even if I can't see, I can feel around, you know? Anybody?
I'm putting him back together.
Can you roll a performance check to see how well you put it back together?
I'm busy at my tea party.
Well, with a +0, I've rolled a 4.
The arms are a little bit too close to his back, so they're sticking out towards his back. And they're not quite.
Oh no, this is all.
They're not quite symmetrical, so one is a little higher than the other.
I can't really tell where the tapia is, so I think your ears go here.
You stuck both of the feet in a little too far, and so he's much more squat than he had been. In an attempt to give him eyes, you put 2 of the ears where the eyes should be. You pick the largest nose that's possible.
Let me borrow that mustache pen you got here. I'll get you some eyes.
You vaguely remember him saying something about a mustache, so you get the largest handlebar mustache you can possibly find.
Oh, not the tacky one. No, jeez.
And a bowler hat.
I'm just back to how I was.
And a unibrow.
Hey, you guys!
Fellas, how do I look?
Perfect.
Oh, you look wonderful, Mr. Potato.
Yeah, it's something.
Cranium.
That's for sure.
Well, so we will defeat the Jabberwock and free you after speaking with your grandmama.
Well, I think there is something Grandmama seems to be worried about. She won't tell me. She just says, you cannot see that boy anymore, Morgana. You cannot see him. And you will stay in this tower, because it is where you are safe. She also told me not to talk to my sisters. And I shouldn't say this, but she says I'm her favorite.
Well, it's not nice to have favorites.
I know.
When it comes to children.
But I have a favorite. The little prince is my favorite, and he's a child, just like I am.
Hey, quick question there, little girl. Are your sisters real ugly-looking broads? Really hag-looking characters, you know?
Well, I wouldn't call them ugly. They're much older than I am.
How old?
In
Like older
varying
than dirt?
degrees. One of them is looks almost as old as Grandmama, but I don't think she is. Another is, older but not quite so old, and the other is younger but not quite as young as I am. I'm the baby, you see.
So she fell off of the ugly tower and hit every brick on the way down. What you say?
Color Torbeck unsurprised.
Oh, I see. So how do we talk to Grandmama and have her solve all of our problems for us?
Well, I don't know if she will do that, though I do think that she's powerful enough to. Oh, Grandmother can do so many things, and I'm learning every single day. She says I'm getting so strong, way stronger than she ever could imagine a girl of my age could be. I think that's why I'm her favorite. I have raw, natural talent and power, she says.
Well, if you were really that powerful, I bet you couldn't turn us back, I mean.
Oh, I could, but I won't. If you want to see Grandmother, though, you can head through the door.
Yeah.
She's probably in her sitting room.
Torbeck thinks we should be hitting the old dusted trail. Partners, what do you think?
I agree. Thank you so much for the lovely tea and crumpets.
Please stop eating my wooden crumpets.
And she pulls a partially eaten crumpet out of your mouth.
Oh, and a lovely dish from the chippy. Mushy peas. And curry sauce.
Where did that come
and
from?
soggy chips.
That wasn't there.
He's taking it's from my fridge. It's all in here. It's all the special collector's
Lashings
edition.
of salt and vinegar.
All right, little doggies, let's giddy on up.
All right, just Torbeck, hold on. Just can you guide me? I can't see very. Wait, what's this? And I feel this like ring on your back, and I just pull it.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole. What in tarnation was that?
Oh, that's fun. I'm pulling again.
I don't remember all the things.
Little Timmy's gone in the well.
Shucks howdy.
Yeah, shucks, howdy. Stop doing that.
I might die of dysentery.
Torbeck didn't say anything about that.
Well, allegedly, I mean, you can just be controlled to do whatever I say.
They're gonna blow up the water hole.
We'll blow up the ocean. Well, thank you so much for the tea for myself and Hootsie and all of us toys here.
It was lovely meeting my new friends. Thank you for bringing my twig back to me.
Oh no, we're taking her with us.
You can't have her. She's mine.
Well, I think the thing is that she's actually not yours, she's ours.
My grandmother made her for me.
Well, what if she just reminds you of the thing that that she made
This
for
is
you?
my
Because
twig.
Well, from a certain point of view,
No.
maritime salvage law dictates finders keepers and losers weepers.
Not from a certain point of view.
There seems to be a little confusion about who might own whose toys between the little prince, between the little princess, and of course all of us.
No confusion. This is my toy.
All right, we
And
tried.
she looks towards you, Gideon. What are you feeling right now?
oh man, I don't know.
Confused?
Yeah, confused, confused, exactly. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Who's a heartless and who's a nobody and who's a regular. What the fuck does any of this mean?
That's how I feel.
Do
That's
you-
how I feel
do you
exactly.
Genuinely believe that Twig belongs to the five of you?
No, I think Twig belongs to no man. Twig belongs to herself. Get wrecked.
Rico would agree.
Morgana, just like you're friends with your toys, we're friends with Twig. We need Twig to go and fight our own fights.
Is it your heart's desire to keep my toy?
She ain't a toy. She's a person. Just like Schminocchio when he was talking to Jeremy Cricket. And even though that guy was a total asshole, he helped him realize that, he was a real boy all along, and that's what Twig is, I mean, he ain't a toy. She ain't anybody's property. You can't just keep her.
So is it your heart's desire to leave here with Twig?
Well, yeah.
She looks at you for a moment, and you feel her eyes, her pupils dilate as she stares at you. The way that she's looking at you is knowingly, almost as if she's searching your very soul.
God,
And
I think she's
this
tripping
doesn't
out, man.
feel like the way a child would look at anyone. She feels almost adult-like as she stares at you.
You may keep her.
Oh. Hey, fellas,
But
wasn't Oh.
you must protect her. If anything happens to Twig, you will all pay the price. Do we have a deal?
She kind of protects us, but what it's anything. 'Cause
Yes, we have a deal.
Yeah,
that
we have a
sounds
deal.
wonderfully
I could be convinced.
generous. On behalf of Greco Grim Grim, Morning Frost, Gideon Cole, Crummy LaCrew, Hootsie, and especially Torbeck, just Torbeck, we sign this pact.
Lovely. Then you may exit the room and go seek grandmother.
Another bargain.
Well, we're just
Delightful.
collecting these deals like we're picking up
Posies.
that.
Wasn't Jeremy Cricket the guy that Twig whacked? Was that Jeremy Cicada?
That was Jeremy Cicada, yeah.
Yeah, distant cousin. Yeah.
No, I just judge your moral character. And I find you very questionable.
Morgana, we will protect her. She's our friend too.
I hope so.
my
Well,
wife,
you have
fellas.
a lovely rest of your tea party, and I hope you are rescued by your little prince soon.
Thank you. Good night, or have a good evening. I'm going to take a nap. I've had a long day. I'm feeling cranky.
Let's make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
Good night. Have a wonderful sleep.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
It was nice meeting
Very
you.
sweet dreams.
Keep Twig safe for me.
I will get around with like echolocation with my like 6 ears that are pointing at us. And I will follow the gang.
I will pull a full suit, like knight suit of armor out of the closet, and I'll put it on, and I'll clamp it down, and I'll start to make my way out.
It's made out of felt.
Yeah.
Wait up, you
Yeah, we
guys.
try to open the door.
You make your way to the door. It's just a simple wooden door that you would see in any castle. And you make your way towards the door, and you reach for the handle, and it opens easily as you step out into the hallway. And then immediately you all feel yourself tumble on top of your heads, almost as if you've been flipped. The axis of the room completely flipped, and all of you fall and slam into the ceiling of whatever this room is, and you realize that you've all returned to your normal form. As you are trying to right yourself, as you get to your feet and realize that you are very clearly walking on the ceiling, as sand begins to drip down against you, and you wipe it off. Where's this coming from? You look up, and you realize that there is a small hole that is just pouring tendrils of sand, but that there is no room when you look up. There is curved glass and two big eyes that are looking in an old, wizened face. And it moves this way and that as it begins to look, and it taps the glass with a long, thin finger. The nails yellowed as this feminine face looks quizzically at you. And then you hear, "You don't belong here, little ones. Not yet. No. Out of my hourglass." And once again, you spin and flip as all of a sudden you realize you are inside an hourglass, and it's flipping once, twice, 3 times before the sand begins to pour, and all of you feel the sand begin to cover you, and then pure darkness. As once again you feel flip, 3 more times, flip, 3 more times, and with this last one, you feel yourselves moving through that tiny little narrow gully in the middle section of the hourglass, and expecting to fall once again into soft sand at the bottom before being flipped again. You don't this time, as you find yourselves plummeting into a pit of darkness. Sand all around you as you just fall and fall and fall, as darkness surrounds you. Nothing but darkness, pure pitch, magical darkness. Eventually the sand fades away and you see nothing. It's just the 6 of you, 7 of you if you count Twig.
So Twig's still with us.
She is still with you.
Yeah, we took her back.
Yeah, you took her. As you fall and fall and fall, and then eventually you hear a sound that only Crummy has heard once before. The screech of a Jabberwock. And then you hear the flapping of wings, but it's too dark to see anything. And then all of a sudden you see a jet of flame off in the distance. You whip your heads that way trying to see it, but it's pure pitch darkness here. And you hear the screech again and the flapping of wings as you look the other way. And yet again, you see another jet of flame until eventually a pulsing orb of light appears around you. From where, you can't be sure, as you find yourselves falling and falling and falling until finally you slow and you feel yourselves on what feels like soft forest floor. The trees all around you smell fresh. The smells like thither, though it's hard to tell, and yet that thwap of the wings can still be heard. With another piercing shriek, you hear the Jabberwock somewhere behind you. You hear the sound of it sniffing, almost as if there's something on your bodies that it can smell. Some new scent, some proof of where you've been. As you find yourselves back in Thither, it's clear that you are not alone. As once again, from behind you, you see a jet of flame just narrowly miss your heads as you all turn to look as the Jabberwock lands, and I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh!
Oh
my God.
Smokes.
Look at that.
Wow.
Should we get on the camera
It's
down
not
here?
gonna autofocus.
Bullshit.
You gotta pull it back. You gotta pull it back.
Bring it down here.
Yeah, just put it in. Yeah, put it
TikTok won't be able to see it because they can't see that
Yeah,
camera.
if you want to see the miniature we're looking at,
Yeah.
come on over to Twitch to all you on TikTok.
Gosh.
Oh, that
And
is
so,
beautiful.
just for clarification as to what happened, you walked into the room, because obviously I know that was narrative, and I think people in chat are confused. You walked into the next room, which very quickly it became clear that you were not in a home. I would say it was very clear to all of you that once again you had been living in some sort of memory or some sort of captured moment in time that you were able to affect, and that all of this had happened inside of an hourglass that was clearly being kept by some other being, being that you are not familiar with. And this being spoke to you, realizing you were in there, and told you did not belong here. And it is with the movement of the hourglass that this entity sent you back to Thither, or so it appears. And that upon falling through the sands of time back to where you belong, that the Jabberwock caught your scent. You heard it sniffing loudly. It was very clear that something about you smelled in a way that set its sense to hunt, and that it took instant for it to find you where you are. And it is here that you find yourselves, what you believe to be the forest floor of Thither, with the Jabberwock behind you, and we need the initiative. 20 to 25.
What the fuck, Mace?
Dude, you're on fire.
That's 23.
Is it like 6
With a
tonight?
natural
5 or 6?
20.
That's 5.
5?
That's
Jeez.
At least 4, maybe 5.
I'm rolling them hard.
Like hot fire.
Okay.
That's what you're rolling like.
Sorry, I need 1 second because I forgot to make this one.
It's like you're pulling a reverse labouche.
If you're just joining us, do you know that we're launching a Kickstarter?
What?
In less than a
that,
month.
Mike?
In very early October, we are going to launch our first Kickstarter campaign. It's called The Crooked Moon. It is a full folk horror supplement for 5th edition.
But where do they go to find out more?
Less than 1 month.
Yeah.
Did anyone
now.
else get 20 to 25?
No.
15 to 20.
19.
19. You can go
Which one
first.
of you go?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
15.
And I'm last with a 13.
We've not rested since the.
No, we got a rest.
You got a short rest.
When we first got into the cave.
Oh, let me
With the
do
goose
that.
swoosh.
Let me do that then.
The old swooserino.
So become a VIP of
Yes.
The Crooked Moon. TheCrookedMoon.com. It's $1, but you get a bunch of extra perks. And you'll be the first to know, so you can back the campaign on day 1. There's 11 huge boss minis, 13 sets of dice, 13 full sets of dice that we're offering, a cloth map, resource stacks. It's amazing.
TheCrookedMoon.com. TheCrookedMoon.com.
And what else while we're here? If you're new to a live stream from TikTok, we also have the Hootsie campaign. You can follow the link in our bio on TikTok, and the Hootsie Plus should be there, the link to it. And so if you missed the petition, now is your chance to get Hootsie. The campaign is over in less than 3 weeks, and when it's over, this is the last chance you'll ever have to get this.
Yep.
It will never be made again. This is the only chance. We're not going to sell it afterwards, so this is your only shot to get her.
All right. Let's get into some combat.
Oh boy.
The Jabberwock beats its wings as it descends, and with a loud crunch, you hear the sticks of the earth break beneath its giant feet as its long neck twists this way and that, looking from looking at each of you individually as it breathes in deeply, and you can see its eyes alight with rage as it clearly smells something on you. And it begins to, because of the nature of this combat, it does get to go first.
I would say that
sure.
we have
I don't
the
know why I
surprise
rolled
condition.
a d4.
I would say it's very.
we are
It is-
surprised.
It is going to use its main ability, and you watch. Sorry, I can't. Can you put up combat for me?
Oh.
I can't see.
Well, actually, we haven't placed anything. We're not at all prepared.
Yeah, you should all be
Like
basically together.
And it's
It will move to the side of you where yep, right there. And you will watch as its eyes flash with this pure white hot light as it lets out a fiery gaze. It's going to emit an 120-foot, 5-foot wide line from its eyes. It is going to emit fire as it just each eye 5 and 5 whoosh, directly through all of you except for Hootsie. I need you all to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, that's where I'm a Viking, though. Oh, let's go.
Natural 20.
Hey, welcome to the party.
I got a 28.
24.
Hootsie got a natural 20. Gricko did not do very well.
You can always use a shimmy shamble.
I'll do one twist.
Yep.
Natural
Take
one.
a shot.
Ouch.
Okay. That's fate.
I'll find out how low this DC goes with a 17.
16.
Yeah. We might be okay.
We'll let it ride.
I think it's 20. I think it's...
I'm resistant.
We're gonna stick with this Swisher Smoked. This is gonna be brutal. Even half damage is gonna be like...
Yeah. You take 80 points of damage. Oh, well.
38 points of damage to anyone who got 17 or less.
Half if you...
Half if you succeeded.
38.
30.
How much?
Wait, the
38.
DC is 17 or 18?
The DC is 18, so if you got 17 or less, you fail.
How much damage?
38.
I'm almost dead.
And I take half if I.
Yes,
hit
half
pass.
if you pass.
And it is fire damage.
19-ish.
Yeah, okay.
That is half of my.
That's brutal, man.
It recharges on a 5 or a 6.
Okay,
Well-
it's not even on the 6.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That's more than my max.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's nice
Gideon.
knowing y'all.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Wait. Where are we right now? We're in thither?
Forest.
Yeah, you're
On the forest floor?
Yeah, you're on the
Are we
forest floor.
surrounded like by
trees,
forest on
yeah.
all sides? And we're in
Yeah,
like
you,
an
you
open
see
clearing?
that this line of fire has completely ignited you, and that the trees on either side are scorched in flame. You watch as the leaves that came into contact with this fire from the Jabberwock's eyes have turned to ash. The branches are crumbling, and just like your beard, these trees are glowing with the fiery ember. There's been significant devastation brought by the first attack by this Jabberwock.
How far would you say we are from the tree line?
You're in the middle of the trees.
We're just like smack dab in the middle of the.
Oh, we're not even in like a clearing?
Yep.
No.
Just crash through and.
Oh my god. We're fucked, everybody! They're so fucked! Holy!
Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it!
Oh. I'll ignite into my flame form. The manacles once again whirring to life as the heat courses over my body and the like red flame core comes to life. I will take the. Oh, here goes nothing. Fuck! Somebody get Frosty up. I'll take the key and put it like hold it in my hand and put the hearts, the bladed heart's edge right in between my knuckles, and just run straight at the Jabberwock and like start throwing punches at it, aiming like if I can. I mean, if it's got a massive fucking neck, if I can like reach it or try and hit it there, like try and punch it with the key.
This is a huge dragon. Its neck is very high up.
punch you in
But
the
the way
body.
that it's moving, it's moving its neck almost like you would expect a snake, and as it lunges forward, you notice that there are opportunities that where you would be able to punch directly into the neck should you choose.
All right. 22 to hit it.
22 hits.
Okay. Standard. I will do 7 points of punching damage and 6 points of fire damage.
The damage that you do seems to be the attacks that you make seem to do the proper amount of damage. You punch into the neck of this creature, and you do see that it pierces a bit, having this this key wedged between your fingers. You see the way that the embers glow at your knuckles. The key lights up a bright orange as the heat from your Genasi body infuses the key, and you almost brand the neck of this creature. You did 7 punching and how much fire?
6.
Good job. You got spirit.
It seems unfazed, though, by the actions that you're taking. It does notice you. You see as it's leaning down, as if it is going to, almost licking its lips as it is, as its head whips down towards Frost, and it is clearly looking as if there is something about Frost that it is drawn to. But as you rush forward and you punch into its neck, it whips its head back towards you, and it breathes in a deep breath as it lunges forward, and it's going to, because it's doing a lair action, it is going to rend at you with one of its claws.
Is that a legendary action?
Yeah, I'm just doing legendary actions because I don't want to have to do them between everything, so I'm just doing them on the count of 20. And it is going to make
You leave him alone, you big dumb ugly bitch! Ah! My organs, my most of me.
And yeah, it's going to hit with a 25.
This is bad.
What is it? The claws that what? The jaws that
The
what?
jaws that bite.
I got snacks!
I forgot to snick or snack! Fuck!
Oh, fuck!
19 points of 19 points of slashing damage as it rends your flesh, and
That's not good.
You feel its claws swipe into you, but it doesn't seem like its nails are going for your flesh. As you feel it swipe across your entire body, and you watch as one of its claws comes away, and clutched in its fist is the chess piece that had been given to you by the King of Hearts.
What the? Hey, that's mine! Give that back!
Greco.
I'm gonna pull out my my ocarina and go after like I'm on fire as a big spirit growling is gonna appear above me and start to kind of play a bongo like tune as it plays Donkey Konga like Andy does on my shoulder, on my body. As I am going to, that's my bonus action, is I am going to look down at Frosty, and I will use my last 3rd level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds. Actually, yes, cast Cure Wounds. And I will heal. I will do that. Get up, Frosty! And I'll actually do a bongo on Frost. I'll walk so I just need to. I'll roll that while someone else goes. I guess I don't know if he.
You have to wait because it's my turn next.
Oh. I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating. I'm just joking. So that is 14, 19, 22 plus. And then I get like a grape ape sort of thing, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Grape ape.
Thank you.
Where's my fucking chalice? There it is. An extra 1d8.
And you double it, don't you? Don't you cast on a second target?
Oh, no, it's basically, so, what was it? I said it was 14.
You were at
7, 7, and 3.
20, was it 21?
Yeah, I thought I have
23, and then an additional 6. So
29.
29 points of healing.
Damn.
That's it.
That's a lot of healing.
Real
Frost.
well, and that's a 3rd level spell slot.
Well, the Jabberwock dealt 38 points of damage, so...
It was its big dragon breath. I mean...
We're fucked.
I briefly lose consciousness, the concussive force of the dragon's breath hitting me, igniting me, and then I stop, drop, and roll only by pure merit of the fact that I fell unconscious and hit the ground and just went out with the remaining pats of Greco, and I wake up in the cacophony of all of the battle, hearing you scream, hearing everyone else start to charge in or do whatever it is that they're doing. Frost is lost in the chaos for a moment. His eyes go white, and just out of sheer feelings of protection and sheer feelings of the fear and the danger that this Jabberwock represents, the terror pushes Frost's mind into a state of flow. I'm not thinking consciously about making this choice. Instead, the psionic energy just flows through me, and a orb, a sphere of sorts, a circle, shows up and surrounds us. I will cast Magic Circle. It's my 3rd level spell.
Ooh.
And I will choose a Fey creature, which means that Fey creatures, unless they pass a Charisma saving throw, can't pass inside of the circle that I choose, surrounding all of my allies.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And I'm hoping that it's Fey, because that's the choice that I'm making. But if it can, it still has attack disadvantage on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder. We can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by that creature. And
hell yeah.
it's a 10-foot by 10-foot radius, so I'm just going to put it all right here and just protect everyone as I push out with my mind, attempting to shield myself and everyone from the Jabberwock.
Holy shit!
Pulling down right trigger.
And I'll stand. And that.
There's a quick time event.
What's happening? And I'm pushing out with my mind. You can see the force. I'm almost in 2 places at once.
Badass.
Oh.
The Jabberwock moves forward. It moves slowly. It's almost as if time slows down as it creeps closer and closer. And who is directly in front of it? Gideon.
Me.
Once again, its head whips this way or that. It breathes you in,
Don't
and
come
its
any
head whips
closer.
towards who's the next behind.
Frost and
Frost, yeah. They're kind of the same.
Is one of them within 15 feet?
I am.
No. Yeah, both of them are.
No, they're just outside. That's 15 feet.
No, he's here. He's here.
Yeah,
He is going to take one of his claws, and looking down at you, he is going to rend you, Gideon.
He has to make a charisma saving throw if he's a fey creature.
So he's going to rend Gideon,
Okay.
as this is very clearly a huge dragon, dragon-type creature.
Oh boy.
Feel its claws rend into you with a 23, and you are going to take... I have to separate these ones so I don't have to keep getting them.
I just love the visual of it just pushing through the circle
Yeah.
and not giving a single fuck with his giant fucking wide eyes.
It like ripples.
22 points of damage as its claws once again pierce
not
into
good.
you. How are you looking?
Guys, run.
Oh my god.
As I slump to the ground.
It is going to look down at you, and it is going to step forward on top of your body and get face to face with Kremi, as it is going to reach down and make a rend attack on Kremi.
Do I have to roll a death save for that? No. Oh.
And with a
No.
17.
Yeah, I'm sure that is.
With a
That's
17, it is going to rend you, doing 23 points of slashing damage. It is then you watch as its tail whips up and slams down on Gideon's dead body, piercing into it with the very tip.
Dead body or just like unconscious body?
Unconscious body.
For now.
Advantage.
So
He's
it
breathing
is
for now.
advantage.
This is very bad.
Oh, it hits me. I just take
20,
Yeah, it's all a crit.
which
So
is a
you
crit,
take
so
two
2
death
death
save- two
saves.
death save.
Oh, do I roll them? Or is it just automatic?
It's
You just
It's
2
fails.
automatic fails.
You know, we'll see you around, buddy.
And that is its turn.
Crummy. This is bad. This is extremely bad.
I don't have any way to get him up. I don't think.
Oh,
Which in my inventory.
no. Nor does
Oh,
Torbeck.
thank you, Derek.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? I'm guessing he can do opportunity attacks.
What about the power of friendship? Wasn't that supposed to work?
How's this thing looking?
Best friends with
He has taken a total of like 13 damage. He's
taken
taken 13 damage.
He's got a scratch in his neck.
Agitated, slightly annoyed.
I'm gonna be like totally slashed apart and burnt and barely hanging on. And I'll say, well, Baron, I might be coming to see you sooner rather than later, but fucking give me some help here. And you'll hear this sort of ominous jazz play as the shadows will whip and take form with the neon sort of glyphs that appear over me. I'll take my form of dread as my own shadow sort of like shimmers behind me. And I will take my cane and you'll sort of hear a faint kind of laugh from the crystal skull on the end of my cane as I sort of touch it towards the skin of this dragon creature, and I will cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice.
Which is bum 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 bum. It's a melee spell attack. That's your die. I need to use a crummy die.
Think.
Where?
Right to your right, to your right, to your right.
Oh, so right here. Thank you. What do we think? Think 17 hits?
That's gonna be close.
No.
Can I twist?
What kind of save is it?
It's just an attack.
Oh,
I hit it.
you might be okay.
I think
But let me try
I
it.
think 18's gonna be this. Yeah.
That's a 19.
Better.
19 hits.
Let's go.
Okay. It is going to be 5d10. 1, 2, 1, 2. I should be prepared for this too. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's pretty bad. 9, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 24 points of necrotic damage as sort of you'll see these sort of like almost like greenish blue soul, like this necrotic death magic it pulled from the creature. They're not doing a whole lot.
You watch as the necrotic magic is pulled from the face of this creature. You see what appears to be little gasping skulls in a swirl of this neon light as they're pulled out of this Jabberwock, and you see its eyes sink in just a little bit as the necrotic damage takes place, but it quickly whips its head this way and that, and it seems to be in fighting health.
And for my movement, I'm gonna come and try to stand between me and Gideon. If I, like, if he's here, and I'll just get next to him.
He's on top of Gideon.
Okay. Well,
He's standing on
I'll
me.
try to try to get in the way a little bit, and I'll just say, "Come get me, you big bitch." And that's my turn.
Torbeck.
Torbeck is singed. He smells like burnt hair and burning trash.
Yeah.
Torbeck does not want to fight.
Baked beans.
Would we have all seen the pawn get stolen, or did we not?
Roll a
witness that?
perception check at disadvantage because of what's happening.
Sure.
Very fair.
Not good. That's gonna be an 11.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't
Regardless, Torbeck. You said we get the sense that it's hunting us for some
It's
reason.
smelling something. It's very clear that something that it's smelling on you has caused it to go into a hunting frenzy.
Torbeck will wave his hands over his head and say, No, stop! We don't want to fight! Look! And go into his pouch and pull out a small hourglass with no sand in it from the little trinkets that we got from that pile of stuff after we perished Agden. Look, it's just like where we came from! Take it as a gift, leave us alone!
Okay. Gideon.
That's his entire turn.
I need you to roll a death saving throw for me, please. Everyone else, close your eyes.
Oh shit.
We're doing icebound rules for this.
I love icebound rules.
Don't reach out either.
Okay. But yeah. Okay, thank you. The Jabberwock sees you do this, Torbeck, and it whips its head this way or that as it reaches down and attempts to rend Crummy. With a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
$21 points of damage.
Well, if we're doing icebound rules and if I'm within 5 feet of Gideon, do I see his status?
Yes.
Close your eyes. Got it. That was like a chat.
I'm not reading.
Don't read chat. Yeah. So as whatever, is he clawing me?
He is rending you. He's reaching down with the claw, and he is slicing through you. And similarly with Gideon, you feel the claws rend your flesh, and almost as if they are looking for something. As he breathes in deeply, smelling something on you, he actually pierces his claws deep into you, holding on to your person from inside of your body.
I will look down at Gideon, sort of wryly smile, and I'll say the jig's up as I get slashed and knocked unconscious.
Oh!
Greco.
Ah! I will. Oh God. I didn't even know it was my turn. I am going to. Gideon looks really bad.
He looks very bad.
I'm going to look at him and I will say, Gideon! I'll give you as many bananas as you can eat. Get up! Come on, we gotta run! And I am going to cast Healing Word, my last spell slot. A second level. Healing Word. I'm Gideon. And that is 1d8 plus 2d4. Oh. I'll use another d4. Oh God, I've lost it. I'm gonna grab it with my dice. I'm going full monkey mode here. Oh God. 3 plus 10, 13 plus 5 is 18 points of healing to Gideon.
You call out and you almost visualize the notes, the words forming healing magic as they collide with Gideon's chest. You watch his body bump, bump, bump with every bit of healing that you pump into your friend. But his skin remains sallow, his eyes sunken in. You can see that the bones of his torso have been smashed beneath the huge haunches of this beast. And his chest does not rise or fall with breath. There is no motion from Gideon at all.
Okay. I don't know what actions I can take now that I've used a spell.
You could wild shape.
you can share your hands.
Yeah, just turn into a cat.
Turn into a Borgove.
I am going to look at Hootsie. I'm gonna my face is gonna drop, and I'm gonna look at Hootsie. I'm gonna say, "Run! Now, Hootsie! I'll catch up with you! Go! and I'm going to cast the help action on Hootsie to then get her to run away as quickly as possible.
I'm gonna cry. I'm getting a little misty-eyed. This is awful.
I'll catch up. Don't worry, Hootsie. I'll stop the big bad dragon. Don't worry.
Oh,
don't worry, Hootsie. And she'll look and she'll stop, and then I'll look at her and I'll look so serious. She'll just stop and like just nod, and then like she'll stop, like she'll hesitate, and then she'll just turn and just bolt. That's my girl. Run! Oh yeah, you're the best runner. Look at you.
Get stop light.
That's my turn. That's my turn.
Oh fuck.
Frost.
I'm gonna go towards Crummy. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna look at Crummy.
Thank you.
I see how grim things have gotten around me. I am searching for a solution, some way to solve the problem, and I am trying to turn the key of my own mind, unlock each of the tumblers. I'm thinking back to our experience in Bavlorna's hut, and I'm thinking back to the experience that we just had with Morgana, and I'm trying to put the puzzle pieces together. Seeing the Jabberwock's behavior, scenting and searching, is it possible for me to deduce that there's an object on my person specifically that I need to get rid of or destroy?
Roll an intelligence check at disadvantage because you're in the heat of battle and you just witnessed your friends fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, that's...
19.
I'm going to dread you.
Oh.
You get one more roll.
Deliciously beautiful.
I want higher than 14.
What is it?
12.
Oh! You can tell it's definitely looking for something, but your mind does not. Your mind does not come to the thought of a thing. You imagine that it is a creature. It is a creature that hunts, and you are large and live, and the perfect meal for a creature of this size.
Oh, it's its turn next.
Sorry, 1 minute. I will... I guess I will,
You have 30 seconds to make a choice.
Yep, I will bonus action teleport. I will jump over to my friends, Kremi and Gideon. I will just vanish and continue to search my mind, trying to think of something, anything. I will yell out, there's no reason to attack us, please. We mean you no harm. You've defeated us. Run. Please stop what you're doing. I'm on the verge of tears. I'm just putting my hands over, trying to protect my two friends. And even with my action, I'll have my mage hand out. It's putting up its hand. Maybe it can see that. Just begging and helpless.
The creature still has its claw in Kremi's body. It is going to rend Kremi yet again.
Has advantage.
Oh yes, you're right. It does. It's not a natty 20, but it is going to be a 23.
That's still correct.
I don't need to do the damage. That's two failed saves. It is going to, with the its claws embedded into your torso. It is going to reach forward. Who is the Yornir mini?
Torbeck.
It is going to reach towards Torbeck, and with Kremi's body still attached, it is going to rend you with its claws and your friend. And that is going to be a 26 to hit.
Just misses. No, that hits.
What's your AC?
17.
Oh, okay.
I was just kidding.
20 points of damage.
Okay.
That is both of its rend attacks. It rended Kremi, it rended you. And it is going to, with its tail attack, it is going to whip around and hit Frost with its tail. 24.
Yep.
I'll count it. I rolled the percentile die. 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it whips you with its tail. And I have to roll.
Oh, I need to find a good d20 here.
Kremi, I need you, everyone close your eyes. I need you to make a death saving throw.
Good luck, brother.
You may all open your eyes. Torbeck.
Heavily bleeding, covered in Kremi's blood, tears streaming down Torbeck's face. Torbeck will begin hitting himself. Why won't you come out? Where are you? And Torbeck will use his action to throw himself at the Jabberwock and attempt to bite this creature while screaming about all of his friends and tears streaming down his face. I'll try to make 2 attack rolls.
Okay.
A 14 and a 23.
Let's twist the 14.
I'll twist the 14. It was
One more.
that would be 2 23s to
Both
make
of those
bites.
hits.
Please! 6, 7, 17 total points of damage over 2 attacks.
Okay. You are up close to this creature as you do this, but your eyes are clouded by the tears that you have no control over as they spill out of you. You see Kremi's body as it hangs unconscious next to you. You see the blood pouring from his wounds as you reach out and attempt to wound this creature. And as you do wound it, but you see that the wounds that had happened to it previously are beginning to close up. But you are able to do a bit of damage.
Fuck.
That's my turn.
Oh, it has troll powers.
Gideon, okay, it's its lair action.
Use my troll pants on.
It is going to look down at you, Torbeck, and you see it breathe in yet again as its head turns this way or that. As it's searching you, its head circles all around you as it breathes in the scent of you, and it is going to make a rend attack on you. I'm going to use a dread. 20.
Yep.
And it is going to do, if I can find these die. Ooh. 28 points of damage.
After latching onto this thing with Torbeck's teeth, the Jabberwock easily grips Torbeck, rips him from his body, and throws his unconscious body on the ground. Torbeck is safe.
And as your body flies to the ground, you see, those of you that are still conscious, that there are now 2 pawns in its hand. A matting of Torbeck's fur and one of these pawns.
Come on, lads, we gotta get out of here!
That was...
Is Frost down too?
Gricko, your turn.
No.
Not yet.
I have more spells.
What does Gricko do? I know what I would do. If I were Gricko.
Flee.
I would like to... do I need to get to... I am going to do exactly that.
You have wild shape, right?
Is where I'm going to look at Gideon get down, and I'm going to see Torbeck fall. I'm going to see Kremi fall. I'm going to see that it's just me and Frosty alive. and I'll look and I'll see that Hootsie's running away, and I'll say, "Keep going, Hootsie! We'll stop it. Don't worry. I'll catch up to you." And I'm gonna look at Frost. And I'm gonna say, "Just like old times, Frosty." As I am going to the great eight is going to disappear behind me, as I'm going to play a little tune on my ocarina, as I'll turn into a spectral, like this great stag beast with 2 sets of antlers, as I am going to gallop.
It turns its head towards you, and it begins to burble. Are you within 30 feet of it?
Yeah.
As the Jabberwock burbles, I need you to roll a d6 for me, please.
I'm
sorry, a d4.
I'm going to attempt to run and
We'll
scoop
see.
up Frost as
We'll see.
a 1.
You do nothing. You are the burbling. Well, first I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
I fail.
You hear the burbling, and this sound is unlike anything that you've ever heard before. As your body begins to shape and twist using the druidic magic, you look towards Hootsie as she's running off towards the forest. But the burbling will not stop happening in your ears, and it gets louder and louder. You can you turn to look towards this thing, and you see this sac on the underside of its neck as it's pulsing and throbbing, as it's creating this unholy noise. And you feel yourself unable to move, unable to do anything at all.
I will.
That is your turn.
I'll start to
Frost.
play. I'm coming for. That's it. I'm screaming from the elders burbling.
It's your turn. It's used confusing burble as a reaction.
Yeah, well, Torbeck burbled in advance.
They say you do that, but you go down.
It's all ogre, boys.
I see that Greco is the only one, and that he is being affected by this strange speech of this beast. Looking around, I suspect everyone is dying or dead. In shock, I would just look up, pull my pack off, and throw it in its entirety. Just let it explode on the side of the body's, the Jabberwock's body. And this is the end. None of this made any sense. You've killed all of us. There's nothing left.
And that's what you do?
I'll fall to my knees.
Can I see how far away is Hootsie?
Okay.
Oh,
too far.
Yeah, no,
Too far.
Hold on, grab this.
This is.
Let's war game this.
Who's far?
She's like 21 inches.
Times 5 feet. What is that?
Less than 120.
Yeah, 105.
The Jabberwock steps back, and you watch as its eyes ignite with that same white light.
Oh my god.
And it lets loose 2 lasers of flame, one straight towards Hootsie, the other straight through all of those bodies there. I need
That's how far she is.
I need Greco and Hootsie to make a dexterity saving throw.
I assume I automatically fail when you got a dex check.
Yeah.
Shucks.
I got a natural 20 on my dex check.
Dread.
Yep.
Oh, not so nice.
Oh?
No, it's still not good enough.
Damn.
15.
No.
Do I just take 1 death saving throw?
You take 1 death save, correct.
1 fail.
When do you take 2?
When you get hit up with a melee attack.
Oh,
it's
okay.
an automatic crit.
Lucy gets a natural 1.
Oh boy.
So it's crits give you 2 and a melee attack. How much health does Hootsie have?
Is very bad.
39 points of fire damage.
He has 39 hit points.
I fall. I get. I'm trying to play as I see its eyes look up, and I look and I see that it's turned towards Hootsie. I try to turn because I get blasted,
I'm imagining it's one of those anime beams where it goes zzz,
Yeah.
as it like goes
like
along
the Cyclops from
Yep.
Castlevania.
Yep, exactly right. And then Hootsie's HP is 39. Oh yeah, she's down. She's down from the damage.
No! This is the most fucked up thing that's ever happened on this channel.
You don't see what happens to Hootsie, but you can hear it. Those of you that are still conscious. Frost. As this thing lets out 2 more lines of flame, and you watch as Gricko crumbles, embers crackling in his hair and on his clothes. Torbeck's fur billowing smoke as the fire catches and begins to burn through the hair that coats his body. We watch all of this as the Jabberwock turns and uses its foot to grasp Gideon's lifeless body and kicks it, hurling it against a tree, impaling him on a branch that sticks out from the foliage that has been burned from the bough. You watch as he steps down and still having Cremy attached to one of his claws, he steps down. You can hear the crunch of bone as parts of Cremy's bone becomes exposed. You watch as he has no disregard whatsoever for the people you care about, the people that you love, as he slowly tramples your friends as he turns to face you and lets in a deep and turns his head towards you as he continues to search. Cremy, Torbeck, everyone close your eyes. You may all open your eyes. It is his lair action. I need the map again, sorry, Rich. Is Torbeck within 15 feet?
Oh yeah. Yep.
He is going to reach out with his, with one of his arms, and he is going to rend Torbeck at advantage because Torbeck is down. It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna do it.
Sorry, I'm looking for the die. There they go. Ooh.
It's a melee attack, right?
Yeah, it's
21 points of damage.
Yeah, it's
Or I don't know why I did the
no
damage.
secret at this point.
We know he's gotten 3 saves.
You, once again, he digs his claws deep into Torbeck, and with the same hand, he comes down and he's going to attempt to rend you, Frost. 28 to hit.
Godspeed, fellas. I'll see you in Valhalla.
I wonder what hell's gonna look like.
Yeah, or just hell.
Yeah.
19 points of slashing damage. Are you still standing?
Yep.
He is then going to look towards you, and he is going to...
No, I'm sorry. I'm out.
Having rended you, you are all unconscious. None of you see this. As he picks you up and looks at you, twisting you in his claws before his tail comes up and pierces straight through your abdomen. Hitting with a 25 and doing 2 failed death saves. I need you to roll.
Should we all close our eyes at this point? Or?
I mean, you're all dead, so it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna watch.
Success.
He's hanging in there.
It is then his turn. He is going to take both of his claws, and he is going to attempt to rip you in 2.
Jabberwock's got no chill.
He did not crit, but he did hit for both of them. As your body falls limp, he tosses you to the ground. He moves between all of you, slowly, sniffing, searching, hunting, as he rips parts of your body From your clothes, bits of you are scattered around the forest floor as eventually he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns in his hand.
Oh, snap.
He looks around and continues to sniff, and you can't see this in death.
I'm alive.
But you're still, well, roll a death saving throw. There's physically no way for you to survive this. So he's gonna do all 3 of his hits on you.
I made it.
Succeed. So yes, you are dead. He stands atop the mound of your gnarled bodies. And he breathes in for the last time, almost a look of triumph as he clutches on to the 5 chess pieces that he holds in his hand. And then his haunches lower, and he propels himself up into the air. With the sound of flapping wings, he alights into the Prismere sky. And that is where we'll end the session.
Oh!
We'll end the campaign.
That's it. Yeah, I think you misspoke there.
Hold on. I gotta roll for who's he might wake up and. Okay, that's a fail. Oh wait, no, it's because it's a con save, right?
No, you don't add anything.
Oh, that's
to
right.
It. It's just flat.
That's a fail. Success. Fail.
That's it.
No. It's just 1.
2 and 1.
Success.
Oh my
2 and
God.
2.
Don't make me say it.
You can't dread death saving throws.
That's not what I need to say.
Technically, she succeeded. There's exactly a 10.
And if that were the case, the Jabberwock would turn its head and once again rend the forest with lines of fire piercing straight from its eyes. And what had already been 1 painful death is now 2. And that is where we'll end the session.
Holy shit.
Nice running the session, Nikki. End the campaign.
You're welcome.
I had fun.
So are we back
What are we doing next Wednesday?
week? Or
Yeah.
Well, I figured
We're
we're
just
getting
hanging
close
out.
to October, so we've got the Kickstarter coming up. I was thinking we could do a hangout stream and talk the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And then we could go over what we want to play next, what characters you think would be fitting for a new campaign.
I think. Yeah, this is tradition.
Do you want?
Do the honors.
You got
It's traditional that the DM tears the character sheet in half when you
Oh, I
kill it.
thought that afterwards I was just going to get to punch you in the face.
Well, you can do that as well, but if you'd like to start with this.
Nah.
Oh,
warm up.
We're not done.
Can I have your laptop or your iPad?
No,
I'll
no,
rip
no.
that.
No, it's all fun and games. It's just fun and games. You can't do anything with that.
It's just jokes. It's just jokes.
We're not done. What's next, Andy?
Next is Adventures in Chill, which for those of you who don't know or may be joining us for the first time tonight, we do a little decompression session after each session of D&D. We talk about our favorite moments, we theorize, we reminisce the death of this beautiful campaign, and most importantly, we look at your questions and comments and do our best to answer as many as we can. So don't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're not turning the cameras off. We're not changing anything. We're just going to do a little Adventures in Chill. And again, thank you, Nikki, for running the session. Beautifully well done.
And the campaign. And the campaign.
Yeah,
we had fun while it
We made
lasted.
it 46 seconds.
And truly, they got nothing done.
The Crooked Moon is the best way to support us. If you like epic, intense sessions like this, you'll love the Crooked Moon. And it is the best way to support us. It is a Kickstarter campaign. It's a folk horror supplement for 5th edition. Tons of DM options, tons of player options, a bunch of minis, dice. We got 3 plushies. We got a ton of shit. It's going to be amazing. Become a VIP at thecrookedmoon.com. You get access to the Discord. You get a bunch of sneak peeks. If we hit our goal tonight of, what was it, 4,500 VIPs, we'll do another awesome reveal. So I'll check.
How far away are we?
Last thing we'll say while you're checking, if you can't stick around, we're going to be back here on Friday, and Derek's going to be DMing.
What's that, Derek? What's on Friday?
We're gonna play some nice, refreshing, calm Icebound, where nothing could possibly.
Can you imagine?
This is gonna be a rough
3 days.
This is gonna be a rough fucking week.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a rough fucking week.
And then on the 16th,
we got
Mace's
DMing.
Mace's DMing. We're gonna get horribly traumatized. We are only 24 VIPs away from our goal.
Nice.
24 VIPs. So if we hit it tonight by 3 a.m., Eastern time. I do play by Pacific rules because I'm a hack fraud and I want to reveal things.
Crookedmoon.com.
Crookedmoon.com. TheCrookedMoon.com.
For the folks on TikTok, thank you for joining our first ever TikTok live.
Yeah.
What a banger.
Yeah.
Banger episode.
Yeah.
I didn't know until like 2 minutes before we went live that we were streaming to TikTok, so welcome.
But it was awesome to have
That's
you guys
cool,
on
yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
If this is your
Really
first
cool,
stream
really cool
live,
experience.
welcome.
If you want to see the battle camera and listen to the music and see the trailers, go head over to Twitch. There's a link in our bio. You can watch the full experience there. That's sort of our main streaming platform.
And if you want to see the journey and how we got to where we got, watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all
Yes,
YouTube.
check out on
You can catch
YouTube.
up if you're just watching this for the first time. There's a ton of this story and similar shenanigans and heartbreak throughout.
So I want to say, final thing is that we may have died, but damn, this paint job actually looks a lot better than I thought it
Yeah.
would.
It's amazing.
It looks fantastic.
Well
Looks
done.
really good.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Nikki, I didn't know it was going to kill us tonight.
Yeah.
But I thought it was going to be,
I don't paint minis, and you guys saw the
thought-
Jabberwock last week, so I was like, hey, can you just paint this mini for me? I'm gonna need it. At
My
some
theory
point.
did not
and
come
thank
true.
you for thank you to who sent us the Jabberwock mini. We used it. So
Unbelievable.
thank you so much.
you.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
There
thank
it
you,
is.
thank
you.
Yeah, we don't have the vorpal blade. We have the
I mean, without that.
blade key. We have some folks to thank before we cut over to Vance and Chill.
Yes,
so yeah,
we
don't
do.
go anywhere. So we're going to discuss this whole session, but stick around. We have a bunch of folks to thank on TikTok. I don't even know how to thank folks.
Yeah, I don't think
Thank you
I don't think we
everyone
do.
for all the support
I just
on
thank
TikTok.
you, TikTok.
thank you for,
Seriously.
Rose, smells so good. Yummy
Please,
ice cream.
why did you bring it up? Why did you bring it up?
We have.
Oh,
I
Hootsie,
mean,
get your Hootsie.
If you gifted things in the middle of the session, thank you. It's even off our screen. It's been so long. But Hephaestus Fires gifted a sub. Stray NJ cheered 300 bits. We got $5 chat from Proxy. It looks like Cremmy's disowned half cousin. Proxy with another $5. Gideon about to make Chuckle's death look like a joke. Hey, it's Tame with 500 bits. Laugh Love Lindy with the raid. Thank you. Hope you're doing well.
Welcome if you're still
If
here.
you're still here. Proxy with the Moxie, another $5 hype chat. Frost Tame It. Another $5 hype chat. How to Train Your Jabberwock with Frost Haddock. That's really funny. We got
Lots of bits.
Lots
Ton
of
of
bits.
bits.
Thank you.
Ton of stuff. Ton of support.
Agent Gecko. Oh my God, Agent Gecko.
Lock and load, little lizard.
Yeah, it's
What are
like
the
a luau
chances?
at Richard Dryfox's house.
With 500 bits. Shot Fox with the $5 hype chat. Gonna need to take a week off of work to decompress from that session. Amazing DMing as always. And then a $50 hype chat. Holy
shit.
fucking shit.
Whoa.
My heart is racing and a pint of ice cream is gone. I love you all. I love all of you.
Thank you.
Looks like there's gonna be a shortage
Happy
in all of
Meal
this.
Monkey in
One
the
of our
chat.
mods, can you scroll up on Twitch, on TikTok? Thank you, Dragon Mike Roberts and Pixie at Play for being the top viewers on TikTok.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
what that means.
Top
but
viewers,
thank
I didn't
you.
know
I
what
think
it means
top
either.
gifted for the night.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
We'll look into what all that
We'll look
means.
into it. I think this was a resounding success of dual stream.
I really
Yeah,
liked it.
I think it's cool.
I mean, you
I
combine the
think
numbers
I do
too,
think we
that's
need to
pretty cool.
upgrade to 2 gigabyte FiOS, but
Let's do it.
outside of that,
Yeah, we're definitely doing that. And then
Upgrade time,
nothing
baby.
there. Okay.
Thanks,
so,
everybody.
Don't
We're
go
gonna
anywhere with that.
You
Let's
kidding?
chill.